shots.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Clear Shots. My name is Seth. This is my buddy Jake over here, cracking the soda. If you want to help the show, please support us by going over to w.gg and using our promo code. It's right there on your screen. It's also in the description and all that stuff, too. That helps us out. With all that being said, this might be the last time we have him on, maybe. This is our buddy Cass.
Hell yeah. What's good, guys?
Hey.
He's back again. It feels like you were just here.
Yeah, it was like a month or two ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, thanks for having me on so soon. I'm going to be taking off soon, so I was just like, you know what? I definitely want to at least have one last go with you guys.
We got to mix it in. You got to mix it in.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, I'm moving next week, pretty much in 8 days from today. So I'll be going down to Georgia.
Ah, like the devil, dude. The devil did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
he also
me.
wears
He
a
was
suit
looking
and
for a
tie.
soul to steal.
I don't
That's what I
wear
heard.
ties. I don't like them.
What? Like as a concept or just in general?
Yeah, I've never liked them. I also went to like a private Christian school and we had to dress up like that every day. So it was like, I hate dressing up like that. If I go to a wedding, I'll wear a collared shirt, but I'd rather just, have the first couple buttons unopened and.
No, you know what I discovered Saturday? Turtleneck. Turtleneck, collared shirt.
I was wondering if it's like, because sometimes people don't
Classy.
like too much near their,
Wicked.
too much neck going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, then you roll the turtleneck down.
Even still, I feel like that's too much for me. I don't know.
You don't like anything on around your neck.
Yeah, not too much.
Not really a neck constriction type of guy. It's-
Well, I don't know how I ended up down here. I like it in all shapes and sizes.
what are we doing here?
Gunpoint, knife point.
Yeah. Why are you singling me out?
Yeah. I'm gonna pout, dude.
This is what happens, though.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you go in to an episode without knowing anything that's gonna. You don't.
I did have a topic.
No, you did not.
So I'm going to be seeing a Pink Floyd cover band next week, and I've been listening to a ton of Pink Floyd lately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be going to New Zealand in 2 weeks after I move.
No
much.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. You're going to be living in a hobbit hole.
No,
Oh.
but I wish. That'd be cool. That is a goal of mine to build one. That would be super cool because I got a crazy Lord of the Rings collection. So it's like I would love to turn it into like a museum bed and breakfast kind of deal and have that be another source of income.
Would you say that you're the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Like
Around here for sure.
You're
Yeah.
like a Lord of the Rings.
So like out of the action figure collection, I have this one. There was only 500 of them produced and only in Australia. And I have it unopened, and I have every other action figure unopened as well. So like at most there's 500 people in the world that have a complete Lord of the Rings Toy Biz action figure collection, and I'm one of them. And that's if none of them were opened.
Yeah. I've seen
Pretty
it.
high
I've seen the
graded,
collection in
graded
person
high.
dozens of times, but actually seeing them in boxes was a sobering experience.
The boxes is what gets you.
I think I actually mentioned to you when we were moving you out, I was like, I don't think I've ever been a fan of anything compared to this. I don't have
Like on that level, right?
nothing
Like,
even close.
Yeah.
Nothing even
Yeah,
close.
the 10 by 10 storage unit, like 75% of it was Lord of the Rings boxes.
Yep.
Yeah. I've always kind of wanted to be a fan of something on that level, but for me, it's like, it's never consistent. You know, like it comes and goes. It ebbs and flows. It comes in waves. I'm like, oh shit, dude, Dragon Ball. I'm going to watch Dragon Ball for fucking, and then it's like a 2-month span where I'm like playing Dragon Ball games, fucking watching Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, let's do something else.
Yeah, then you go Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And then I do Dragon Ball Daima and Super.
Yeah, and you
Well,
don't do GT.
You just recently, within the past couple years, seen Lord of the Rings for the first time.
Yeah.
So like that came out in 2001. So like the ability for it to still remain good is pretty impressive for being 25 years later.
I don't think anything's really come close to the magnitude for me.
Yep, exactly.
Like as far as like
scale, yeah.
scale, production quality, just like actual epicness, the score, the casting, literally everything.
Yeah.
And we talked about it all the time, whether we're on mic or not. But like the fucking run of Lord of the Rings video games from like 2001, I mean, even now till Shadow of War. Is that the most recent one?
No, you got the Shire game and then Tales of the Shire and Return to Moria. Those were the recent ones, but there's some more in production.
That run was just like you had the movie tie-in games were all amazing, and yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know, it was different back then too, though, because like PS2 era, you could just there was no exclusive licensing, and like different companies could make different games. That's why you got so many Star Wars games and so many different, wrestling games and all this shit.
Nickelodeon tie-in games.
Well, also like it came out at the perfect time because that was when you would have action figures produced of movies. You'd have video game tie-ins. You'd have all these things building up before the movie even came out. And then you see the movie, everybody's going to Burger King, buying all that stuff.
Promo toys, dude.
And then you wait a few months, then it's coming out. It's like you got these...
The hype.
Yeah, and like these checkpoints where like, okay, it builds up again. Okay, we got this lull. Everybody's playing this game, or they're just got the movie out on DVD and stuff. And you're not going to really have that anymore. So like, I don't know, with my collection, eventually I could see it being worth a lot of money because that was like a really different era in time. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah. There's like, I guess there was like some kind of psychological study that was saying a lot of times it's not really the event that really is like the exciting part. Most of the time it's the hype building and the,
well, and that's
like
why
lead up to things.
That's why Disney fumbled Star Wars so badly, because I used to be like, Star Wars was my Lord of the Rings level thing. And then The Rise of Skywalker came out, and like it used to be like a tradition where whenever a Star Wars, any Star Wars film was airing, my dad and I would always like, we'd make a day of it. We would fucking watch the old movies the week leading up, go out to dinner, see the new movie, and then we'd be able to talk about it. And then we would talk about it for like another week leading up afterwards. And then we'd sometimes go and see it a second time.
Yeah.
And then episode 9 came out, and I just remember like walking out of the theater and my dad and I were both just silent. Like we didn't speak at all. And then we like pulled out of the fucking movie tavern and we're driving down the highway to head back home. And I just remember sitting there and my dad was like, I don't know what they're doing anymore. And that's it.
I just don't get
Disney does all the shows. They do the Mandalorian, they do Andor, the Obi-Wan show, the Boba Fett show, the Ahsoka show. They do all the fucking spin-offs like Rebels and bullshit like that. And then it's like, it's not special anymore, I guess is what I was getting at.
Well, it's like you used to get, even with games, you would get the game version of the movie.
Yeah.
Like they would do like movie versions of the game, which was super
like Revenge
cool.
of the Sith.
Yeah.
The game was crazy.
And
in the
I don't
Matrix.
know, you just can't do that kind of stuff now. The budgets are too high. The I don't know. And
licensing fees.
All that, plus they're going to try and monetize all of it long term. Like everything has to be monetized long term now. And that doesn't always work. Honestly, most of the time it feels like it fails.
That's why these games keep dying.
Shadow of War was one of the first games to get rid of the microtransactions, and it really made the game a lot better.
Yeah, you need to do that. I think, I don't know, dude. Like some of these games, WWE 2K26, if you look at like the way that's monetized, it's like monetized in every way you could possibly think. Because even if you buy like DLC to get characters or whatever, you still have to earn those characters as you play. Like they're part of a progressive rewards.
You buy the characters and you have to still unlock them?
You're basically paying for the privilege to be able to unlock something.
That's so weird.
And what's cool though is if you just pay money, you can skip tiers and get to to the guy that you want.
So you pay more money.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Yeah, that's kind of
Pretty
ridiculous.
cool, huh?
That would be like if you bought like 2K26, like NBA 2K26, and they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to use like LeBron James or Kevin Durant, you got to get the battle pass."
Yeah. You want to play as the Lakers?
Yeah. Oh wow. They would probably. Well, you know what? They do that though
You only
because
get
they have
6
the
teams to start with.
they have the ultimate team, whatever it's called for NBA, my team. So you have to pay money. We've talked about this 100 times, but like, you used to be able to just build up points, in-game points by playing the game, and then you could buy collectible cards, packs in the game without spending money. And then in like 2010, they were like, wait a minute, we can just charge people real money for these virtual trading cards. And then we'll also time gate the cards. So like if you want Barry Sanders or if you want Allen Iverson, you got to get it by the end of this week or you're never going to be able to get them.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's FOMO.
Hate
dude.
it.
FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO works. I don't know. It got me.
I mean, a lot of games still do that. They'll have like skins that are exclusive skins or whatever that you can only buy for a certain amount of time.
FOMO got me today with RE9. I finally picked, well, 2 reasons I got RE9. I got some shit spoiled for me. And then I was like, it's hard. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think I said this last episode, but I literally had more people reach out to me asking about how I felt about Resident Evil 9 than I had people reaching out to me after my grandpa passed away last month.
Oh my god.
That's real.
It's a pretty cool stat.
Honestly, it's really funny. I brought that up in the break room today and everybody was mortified. And I go, no, you can laugh. It's really funny. Like, that's how much everybody knows I love Resident Evil. And also, all those same people know how much I love my grandpa.
Yeah. It's a cool stat to have, though.
Yeah.
It's a thing it's like a notch on your belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like
Where did that come from? Is that a thing?
notch
that
on the belt?
Yeah. Did the people like give notches for like commendations, or was that where did that phrase come from?
I don't know. Like it makes me think like, oh, you lost some weight, now you got to make your belt smaller.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
almost like it was I need to look that up.
Notch on the belt saying.
Yeah, is there like it's an idiom for significant achievement, success, or experience.
The
Yeah,
phrase
I understand
likely
that.
originates from the United States Old West, where individuals such as gunslingers would carve notches into their rifle butt or belt to count kills or victories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be some kind of commendation or something.
Feather in your cap. I like feather in your cap.
You got a bunch of feathers.
Yeah. You just have a fucking peacock's ass on your head by the end. That's sick.
Wow, dude.
Dude, peacocks are so cool.
Dude, people
Are
say
you allowed to eat those? Are you allowed to eat peacocks?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah, I have had it, but like I was looking up, you can raise them. They're cheaper than chickens and stuff. And
What?
Yeah.
Oh well, let's move into that mode. Like switch over.
Peacocks?
Yeah, like how come we don't switch over to peacocks instead of chicken nuggets or peacock nuggets instead?
Probably because they look cool and people would be like, oh no.
Yeah.
And
Look at the
probably
pretty
not
bird.
as much meat on them.
I guess, but you could always like jam them into cages and force feed them and
Yeah.
make them shit on each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's
That's
really
what-
that's
That's
what you're
all it
supposed to
is.
do. That's what humans are here for.
They're just animals.
Yeah.
Which I was talking to speaking of, this is a total sidebar, but speaking of animals, I was just talking to my dad the other day because I re-listened to the Pink Floyd discography this week. And I think Animals might be like my number 2 or number 3 favorite album out of all their discography.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the Nickelback song.
Oh, Nickelback. The Nickelback song is great. Acapella.
Yeah.
I could do that right now. I could do it right
That's
now.
okay.
I could do
We know,
front to back acapella. Yeah,
it's okay.
Cass can do
I know
Fellowship
that's-
by memory. I can do Animals by
Yeah,
memory.
we know that's a notch. It's a notch in your belt.
Last time you got the Shadow of War game, Shadow Mordor game, did you dive into that
I played
at
a
all?
bit of it, yeah, for sure.
A bit of it.
Yeah. I played a good chunk of it.
And thoughts?
So like the stealth is tough. It's like the AI seems like it really can spot you easily. And it didn't feel like there was enough spots to hide. So I think I'm just going to play it as a fucking brute and just run at everything.
Yeah.
And I think once I start unlocking more abilities and stuff, then I'll definitely get into it.
Yeah.
I just have too many games to freaking play right now.
Especially
with Marathon, like I actually got kind of sucked into Marathon.
it feels really good to play. I finally booted it up yesterday just to get the tutorial out of the way, and it feels really, really good to play.
Yeah. Well, that's not a surprise. It's a Bungie game. Bungie's
Yeah.
like so good at that, dude.
So I'm really stoked about that. Shout out to Brian. Thank you for that, because that's going to be sick. We're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
For sure. I fucking love Shadow War though.
Yeah, like
That game really
I
opens up
see-
once you can recruit your own dudes, which happens like immediately compared to Mordor. And then once you can do Shadow Strike, where you can teleport.
Yeah.
Did you get that part yet?
No.
That is.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions in the war game too. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like you start unlocking different abilities, and honestly, it's kind of overwhelming at first too, because there's a lot of different shit you can do right from the jump, and then it's one of those games like I'm gonna have to get into that game and play like that game exclusively. It's like when I play like an Assassin's Creed or something like that. Like I go fucking. That's the only thing I'm playing now.
Yep. That's why I do like playing the Shadow of Mordor than the Shadow of War games, so that you're kind of in that mode. And I totally feel you on that, because it's just like, it's one of those games where, yeah, you got to be in a certain rhythm and mode. And
yeah. Plus, if you play that one, if you play Mordor first, you're probably pretty familiar with like controls and all that stuff. They're probably somewhat similar, I would imagine.
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
It looks great though. That game still looks really
and it
good.
runs phenomenally.
Oh,
It's one
yeah.
of the few games I can run at 4K without my computer screaming for help.
Oh, dude. On my Steam Deck, it runs 60 frames, but my Steam Deck's going. You can hear the fucking. It's nice though when it's cold out. It warms you up.
Yeah. Fuck. I hate it because literally every time we have you on to talk about Shadow of War, I end up reinstalling it, and I can't do that this time because I have to play Resident Evil 9. But I'm probably going to do that when I get home now.
I like how you say it like we have him on to talk about Shadow of War. Like that's why he's.
Yeah, he's our Shadow of War consigliere.
We gotta get him. We gotta talk about Shadow of War.
But it just, but it is like, I don't know. It's like with me, you can't get me to stop talking about Pink Floyd. You can't get Cass to stop talking about Lord of the Rings. You can't get you to stop talking about, like, you know, the hat
or toilet or pooping chairs.
That was a crazy dream you had.
Yeah. Well, I think when I have dreams like that, a lot of times it's when I have like I fall asleep on
Pooping?
the couch or like I'm taking a nap or some
Sleep
shit.
on the toilet.
Yeah,
Those
that's
short,
when I dream too.
short burst sleeping.
When I go back to sleep from something. Yep.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what was going on. Like apparently we were shitting in a toilet. Yeah, like
I was there?
I don't know. It was my grandma's old house. Or at least it was similar. Like every time there's a house in your dream, it's kind of a house you're familiar with, but it's not exactly the same. Because I guess something about the way your brain like assembles this kind of shit, like even faces and stuff, it can never reassemble someone's face perfectly, or architecture. And
It's like
that.
AI.
It's familiar. It's like a vague.
It really is.
Yeah. That's what's scary about AI is like the way it like creates things. It's almost like a dream sequence until it becomes conscious, and now it's fucking actually able to see real shit. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt about a lot of the AI images, where it'd be like when somebody turns, then it's like a totally different scene.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
that's how my dreams are. Yeah.
Yeah, like as soon as someone turns and their profile's shown, it's like a different person. Like they look completely different. And it's almost like it's trying to piece together from what it knows. But that's the same thing you do when you're dreaming. It's like you only know a certain amount of shit. It's not like your recall's perfect.
Are we AI?
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of sex dreams lately, and it's weird because I don't have them often.
Oh, yeah.
You ever have that where you don't have sex dreams for a while, and then all of a sudden all your dreams are like sex related?
Yeah, I had like 2 of them recently, and I was like, this is weird because I like never have that kind of stuff.
Never. Literally never. I have no reason to.
Yeah.
And then like you don't even finish in the dreams.
No,
you
get
never
close.
get
You
to
get
finish.
close, though.
No.
I always get close,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh shit, I'm in a freaking. I guess I'll just wake up now.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's like the opposite of what happens like to me in real life, where it's like right when I'm about to pop, I just fall asleep.
Yeah,
And then I'm in a dream getting ready to pop, and then I wake back up, and
it's a never ending
it goes
cycle.
back and forth. I'm not a fan of sex dreams because they're always just way too. It's like they glorify it, you know.
It's you.
Whoever's running the dreams,
Yeah, whoever's pulling those levers up there is like really.
who's in charge of that shit?
Yeah, it's always like the lighting is perfect and like there's always like weird soft jazz in the background. Like my brain is creating soft jazz that I've never listened to supplement.
Yeah, but jazz is
the
just
sex
random
dream.
notes, so it's like
Yeah, but it's softer.
oh well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like it's like a fucking soap opera intro song.
Anyway, I'm just like sitting in a chair. I guess we were pooping in a chair for a while. It was a good poop chair, and then we must have lost the poop chair, I guess, and then we had to do it in like a regular wooden chair. And I kept sitting back too far in it. Like, you know how like your back kind of sinks down in some of those wooden chairs?
Okay.
Like maybe you go too far. You
You get shit up the bottom of your back.
They're angled, yeah. And it's like, how are you gonna really shit in that thing? It's like, I don't know. It's tough. It is a tough situation to be in.
It sounds like hell.
It wasn't good. And then I woke up like 15 minutes before you guys were supposed to be here. And I'm still reeling from. I'm still
Still
reeling.
processing this.
Yeah, like I'm still trying to kind of figure out what was going on. That's the kind of day I had, I had chicky tendies today. That was a good time. So
I was telling Cass, for whatever reason, I didn't know if I had my AirPods with me. I was telling Cass that
what does that have to do with it?
I was worried because I thought they were in my pocket, but they're not. It's my nicotine. And I was like, uh-oh, did I lose them? No, they're upstairs. But I also just found out that I have my mom's phone is on my Find My Phone app, and I kind of think it'd be really funny if I like hit the button to like set the alarm off and like report it as missing.
That's not.
You gotta wait till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, her battery is really low.
You're gonna have to wait until she gets on the poop chair.
I'm gonna
Then
hit
do
the
it.
button.
Does it do anything, or like what does it do? It vibrates the phone or something?
It makes it go beep 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 beep.
Oh, that's really annoying.
All right, and then I'm gonna put my phone down, and then if the flashlight goes off, it means that they found me. They know it's me fucking with them. That's
been
dangerous. Why do I have all my family's Find My phones?
It might
Wait,
be
is
like
my
a family-
sister's on there? That'd be even funnier.
It's probably like a family account or something.
Yeah,
You
that's
have-
too
you
much
guys all
power
on the
for you,
same-
Jake.
You're on the same line, or
Yeah, we're all on the
service.
same. We're all on the same
Plan.
Plan. Yeah.
It's a simple plan.
Well, look what everybody has. My dad's got an Apple Watch, an iPad, fucking AirPod, 2 sets of AirPods, and then you get to my screen and it's just Jake's phone, Jake's AirPods. Like what? Everybody else has all this cool shit, and I just
Yeah.
got 2 things.
Yeah, that's
I don't
how
have
it
an
is.
iPad. Everybody else has an iPad in my family. What the fuck?
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know
Nobody's
what to
ever even asked me if I wanted an iPad. No, I don't. But like nobody's even asked me.
tell you. The answer would be no, but
Yeah.
it's more of the principle. It's you know what I mean. It's like I want the offer.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, is what I'm saying.
But anyway, I've been fucking cooking quesadillas, and I was telling Cass on the way here that I was cooking them with olive oil, but it's been giving me bubble guts. So then today I started using margarine instead, and no bubble guts so far.
Dude, quesadillas are crazy.
I put a cup and a half of cheese on this one.
Dude, they're so, that makes sense to me, though.
It's a half a bag of shredded cheese,
What's beautiful is that they're so simple.
and it takes like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got a good amount of swing time where you could like leave it on for a while compared to like, oh, you gotta take it off at this
yeah, it's
time.
not precision.
And
cooking.
even better, you can let it cool down,
Yeah.
and it's still good.
Yeah.
because it's just cheese.
sometimes it's even better.
Yeah, yeah. I like to
Holds
leave it
together
out.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
I
really-
don't know. I'm
it's
just
really
I'm a fan of
impressive.
room temperature food, dude. I just am.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
yeah.
I like
no.
all my stuff room temp.
Yeah, yeah. Some foods are just impressive that way. You know.
Yeah.
It's funny because I always I like the chicken quesadilla that Taco Bell has, but for some reason they have the price way too high on that item. So I'm just like, I'm never gonna get that again. I guess it's like they're like, yeah, we gotta make this quesadilla like $7, and you're like, it's a Taco Bell quesadilla with like chicken and fucking cheese.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We already
Like-
know what the only good item that they sell is.
The Crunch Wrap.
The breakfast crunch wrap.
Yep.
It might be
Yeah,
the
that's
greatest
pretty
thing
good.
ever made.
It's great for when you're driving because, like, yeah, you can.
It's a handheld
Yep.
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, the breakfast crunch wrap is the iPad of Taco Bell items.
Yeah, I used to get those all the time. I like chalupas. I think they're crunchy and they're
just-
also soft. At the
I
same
just I can't as an adult like say chalupa seriously. Like-
Yeah.
like
It's
just like chimichanga.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't.
in the same realm. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see me do that.
What was the Burger King chicken sandwich that was? It
The
had like a-
chicken.
oh yes.
Wait, was it really?
Yeah, it was the chicken. And so
That's
I
hilarious.
was like, I kind of want to try it, but honestly, I was gonna go up to the window and just be like, I'm
know,
not gonna say this.
You know what's crazy,
I'm not gonna
guys?
say chicken.
I'm
So
gonna go
just-
there. You know, I've been seeing some crazy shit on the internet,
Really?
and
Okay.
one of the things was there's this rabbi talking about how they like grind up kids and put them in our McDonald's burgers
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Burger
yeah.
King and stuff like that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and then you try to look it up and it says it's not real, but then it's like,
It is.
man,
It's
that'd be
definitely-
fucking crazy if they're giving people like mad cow disease by eating other people and stuff. And
Oh, dude, it's Sweeney Todd. They're
and-
literally cooking people for sure. It's like everybody was like, "Oh, this Epstein shit ain't real. Pizzagate ain't real." And then all of a sudden, fucking, it's real.
Yeah,
And
have we
now
had you on since then? We talked. I no.
a little bit, we probably talk about it each time. A little bit.
Well, since everything became redacted and we were taught. Well, you had the Facebook post. I just remember commenting like everybody called us crazy for
Yeah.
fucking years, and now all the same people that were calling us crazy are like, yeah, I knew it all along. It's like, no, you fucking didn't, dude. No, you
I
fucking
specifically
actually didn't.
remember you freaking calling me out for all this shit
Yeah.
when I was talking about it 15, 20 years ago.
Yep.
'cause
So
all
now
these-
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's all those people that like didn't want to be like labeled crazy because it sounds insane. But
Yeah.
shit's insane, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Dave, when he was here after the show, like Thursday, he went off for like it's probably like 40 minutes about the whole thing and how the whole like how interdimensional vampires are actually real and
Yeah.
shit, and how they're coming from other dimensions capturing these people,
Yeah.
and they're like that's why they do the shit that they do, basically.
And possessing
like-
people and stuff.
Yeah, and you're starting to be like, oh shit, yeah, you know what? Actually, this is kind of like checking out like all of the weird shit Alex Jones was saying.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
But then there's the other side of things too, where it's just like he could be a part of it too, where he's breadcrumbing
Everybody's-
certain information.
Yeah,
and
everybody's a suspicious character.
He's putting marbles in his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
I've used that analogy with you already, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's how they keep him off the trail. Interdimensional child molesters abducting people. 2 + 2 is 4, and then I'm putting marbles in my ass. Just because I'm putting marbles in my ass doesn't mean those other two things ain't true. Mm-hmm. You know?
But still, you're somebody that's putting marbles up their ass. So.
Well, dude, you think about it,
yeah,
like-
the optics. The optics aren't great.
There was some shit that I was reading like a couple of years ago about like Disney World and all these kids that go missing and shit. You know, And
Yeah.
it's like where do they think they go? Are they
Into
on
the breakfast
Little,
crunch wrap.
Are they on Little Saint whatever James?
No, my favorite Disney World child story was about the kid that got eaten by an alligator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In
Yeah, that-
Disney World?
Yeah.
They had one.
Yeah, it happened literally.
I
like
thought they like did something to keep them at like the magic or something of the area. I figured the magic would keep them out.
everybody knows dinosaurs are impervious to magic. That's why they could only be wiped out by an asteroid, apparently.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because alligators and crocodiles are dinosaurs.
Yeah, they are.
They
actually
literally are.
Yeah, snapping turtles are. They've been around for
Yep.
100 million years or whatever.
Isn't
Yeah.
that insane? That everybody's like, "Oh, the dinosaurs are extinct," and you're like,
It's like, no, we just have the two best ones.
"Go to Florida."
And then Komodo dragons are third.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, like a child got eaten by an alligator at Disney World.
What was he doing? Like
oops.
fucking around? Were you fucking around with it? Was he poking it? Was he? Fucking,
He went swimming in the fountain and
Yeah. Was he saying?
It was like, yeah, it was in the Magic Kingdom fountain.
He said some mean shit to it or something.
Well-
if you're gonna piss off a gator, dude, like, you know, you got to be prepared to deal with the spinning that comes.
people
with
from
it,
out of
dude.
state just don't know how to deal.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like I think I've talked about it before, but you ever see that video of the family that would like vacation at this swamp every year for like over a decade, and they had this poodle that would go by the swamp and bark at
The
the
guy with
alligator.
the cigar, he went in
Yeah.
and get it out. Yeah.
Well, there's that one where he saved it.
Yeah.
There's the other one where they don't. And they're
Oh.
recording this poodle. And it's like a fucking time lapse. It's like 5 or 6 years straight of them letting their dog out. And it gets like from me to the TV away barking at the alligators in the swamp. And they're like, look at him go. Isn't that so funny? And then the final cut, it goes and barks at the alligators in the swamp. And then another alligator just goes, swamp. It fucking yanks it. Everyone's like, oh my God.
That gator
And
was
it's like, what? You can't get
You're
lucky
shocked.
that much, dude.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can keep taking chances.
Do you think the alligator was like? I bet that alligator was like, "This is the tastiest meal I've ever had in my life, and it's never gonna have poodle ever again."
Yeah. Well, he probably went to his buddy and was like, "Look, I gotta
Every
have you
year.
fucking. I gotta have you decoy for me this year because you're gonna be the
I'm
guy.
sick of this.
Yeah.
They get us every year. We look
I'm gonna
like
go
pussies.
over there in the bush, and you're gonna be the decoy guy.
Yeah, I
and
wonder
the
if I can
dog's
find
gonna
it.
come out. That thing's
We
gonna come out,
can't put it on the show, but I'll find it and I'll just send it to you guys privately.
and it's gonna go. Row, 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 and
It's
then I don't
dude,
know.
it is one of the few videos where it's like, because I love when animals are fucking each other. When animals are fucking each other up, that shit rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When animals are fucking each other, when animals are fucking each other up, that shit rules. But usually when it's like a cute dog, I'm like, that sucks. Like there's a video I remember seeing on 4chan all the time years ago where it's like this fucking dog daycare thing in like Japan, and they just have all the dogs just in this big room, and there's an Akita that's just minding its own business, and these two like Malteses go up and they start fucking with the Akita, and the Akita snaps and just starts ripping them around. That makes me upset. But when it's an annoying fucking little poodle that gets eaten whole by an alligator, that shit kind of rules. And you get the reaction of everybody going, "Oh my God,
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
how could this happen?" It's like,
How?
it's like you guys are half an acre away.
It's like jumping over like the train tracks right before the train gets there over and over and over. Eventually, you're gonna get fucking hit by that.
That's
shit,
in
you know?
India.
Did they do that in India?
I know they're on the train.
Is that like a fun thing to do or like a? I don't
Yeah.
know. Some places don't have sports.
Yo, on my
You
skateboard
know what I
trip,
mean? So they have to
there's
do
this one
cool
point
shit.
when I was skating across the country in 2015. This road was closed, and so I went into the gas station. I was like, "Hey, how can I get around this?" And they're like, "Oh, if you go down this road for 12 miles and then go here." And I was just like,
12 miles.
"Yeah, I don't have time for that." Like, so I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna walk through the construction zone." And I was, and there was railroad tracks, and I cross these tracks, and I throw my backpack up on to this train, and I'm climbing over it, and as soon as I like am about to climb up on it, this train goes right behind me, like felt like 100 miles an hour. I didn't hear any like bells or any horn or anything like that, and it just, and I could have definitely gotten hit by it. Like I was just scared where it was like, holy shit. And then
Yeah,
I
you
get
would
down
think-
off the other train, and as soon as I was about to like throw my backpack onto the ground, the train started like moving a little bit, and I was like, oh, all right. But it was going so slow and then I'm climbing out of this like ditch or whatever where up to the where more construction workers are, and they are looking at a map, and then they see me climbing out of this thing. And
Yeah, you would think that there'd be some kind of like vibration you could feel on the tracks or even on the ground. With something moving that way.
yeah, I was definitely thrown back by that.
Yeah, that's because usually in the movies it's going dong 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 dong.
Wasn't. There was like probably 4 or 5 sets of tracks underneath this bridge that they were working on, and didn't make any noise beforehand, and just.
Oh man, you could have been Red Dead Redemption. You could have been fucking flying around, dude. You could have been underneath that thing flat, like Wile E. Coyote type shit. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen anybody get flattened by anything. Like straight up cartoon flattened. I always wonder, like, because if you get crushed by something real heavy, you kind of are gonna be flattened, but shit's gonna also explode out of you. Like your interior is gonna go shooting out of somewhere. You're gonna lose all your insides, is what I'm trying to say.
I saw somebody get hit by a race car once, and they went flying in the air, like over the barrier, like above it. It was crazy.
That's another crazy thing is seeing people like ragdolling and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Oh, I know what video you're talking about.
No, I saw it in real life.
Oh, damn. Did you get on video?
No.
Oh, damn. I was gonna say I remember seeing that. It was a fucking IndyCar race, and the guy was like going across to fucking like there was a car that was like out of commission up against the fucking guardrail or whatever you call it.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and so this dude is like, he's like, I'm in the clear, and he goes to run across. And he had a fire extinguisher or something on him, and the one car hit him, and he got turned into dust and died immediately.
Yeah.
But then the driver died on impact because the fucking fire extinguisher that the guy was holding went right into the fucking driver's head and crushed his head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pretty good scenario for all that to work out.
Well, then Tony Stewart killed a guy when I was in high school. Remember that?
Yeah.
Kevin Ward, I think his name was.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were doing those like big jacked up like fucking, they were like monster trucks but stock cars.
Okay.
They were doing like a dirt track race, and this guy, I can't remember exactly the story. I'm probably getting it wicked wrong, but I think Tony Stewart bumped the guy, fucked up his car for the race. So the guy got out of his car and was in the middle of the fucking track, like screaming at Tony Stewart as he was coming around to do another lap, and Tony Stewart didn't see him and fucking.
Yeah, that's the thing is
Didn't see him.
Yeah.
That's the thing is you can't
be on the track.
car.
You can't be on the track.
it's an active racetrack, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The race I saw, it was my dad did take me to the Indy 500, and then this was a different race that we went to called the Little 500, not too far away from it.
Little people.
It was on a 1/4-mile track.
Oh.
And freaking, you couldn't tell who was in first unless you went looking at the scoreboard. And yeah, it was just chaos. It was a cool race to see. I'm not into racing.
Yeah, because everybody's like lapping each other and shit.
Yeah.
I always wondered, like, dude, I can't even track half of that shit if I'm watching. Like, even in NASCAR, if a race goes on long enough laps without a caution or restart or whatever, you do get lapping cars that aren't on the pace. And so sometimes it's hard to track this shit. You're like, oh, that guy's in first, but this guy behind him is not. He's in like 31st or second or whatever. And then second is back here. And sometimes I don't know, dude. I can't watch stock cars anymore. I don't know. I'm not into it. I want to watch F1 a little bit more. F1's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Those cars, I mean, dude, they accelerate and stop so fast. Like, it's insane.
The amount of G-forces that those guys are dealing with. It's crazy.
Absolutely
They're tiny
absurd.
little dudes, too. Like, some of the most, like, people say that being a model, you got to be, like, so fit and people are anorexic and stuff. You got to really maintain your weight if you're
because there's
Formula
tiny
1
fucking
driver.
you gotta get down in this little tiny fucking cockpit and it's open wheel racing, which is terrifying anyway. God damn, dude, those I mean, you're going 200 plus miles an hour regularly.
Yeah.
And it's like, if your wheels catch, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah. Speaking of driving, I'm actually
Are you playing
really
Candy Crush or
nervous.
something?
No, I found the video.
Are you playing King? Are you playing King?
I was wrong. It was a crocodile, not an alligator.
Oh,
That's why I couldn't find it.
illegitimate. But
What's that mobile game where you save the king guy from the like tsunamis or some shit by moving puzzle pieces? It's advertised everywhere.
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's
Yeah.
like he's always trying to get out of a situation where
There's a
there's like
snake coming
spikes or
behind
some
him.
shit.
Yeah.
And then the retard who's playing can't figure out to move the green thing to the
That's how they get you. They
And then
want to
they're
be like, I could do better than
yeah.
that.
They're like, think you can do better? Download now. It's free. I fucking love. Oh, did you see? Here's another King story. The Burger King dude, he's fucking. They laid him off. Did you see that?
What'd he do?
I don't think he did anything. I think they wanted to go in different directions. On their social media, they posted like a. I don't think it's like obviously like a bit or something, but like it showed like the Burger King's like LinkedIn profile or some shit. Like he was like seeking work or some shit. I was like, dude, we need to hire that guy. If we could get the King in here and have him be our mascot, that'd be sick as hell, dude.
And McDonald's doesn't do Ronald anymore,
They
really.
don't really have a clown guy anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the forgotten mascot that they still kind of use, but not really.
It's all about
And
phasing
Grimace.
out. They're trying to phase out all the mascots because they really want to dumb everything down to the point where, like, you know, nothing's individual anymore. Nothing's special anymore. That's
Yeah.
why all these fast food places are fucking the same building.
Yeah,
It
all
used to be-
gray and brown
yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
McDonald's used to look cool. And like Taco Bell would look with the, you know, would have like the cantina style, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that kind of shit. You don't do it anymore. And they say it's because of the resale value of these places.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if you sell a Taco Bell and somebody goes and moves in and puts like a dentist office there, it's like everybody's like, oh, this used to be a Taco Bell. It's
I
like,
hear that's actually why like mattress stores are the way they are, because it's just they're using that space. It's an empty room. They just
Yeah.
filling it with mattresses. Then also they can write off like, oh, it just depreciated or
yeah,
whatever, and then they can just
and
eventually
it's a
sell
blank,
it. And,
blank canvas.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pizza Hut that we used to have here, you know, you can tell it was a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that was the eye doctor I used to work for.
Yeah, and you're like that was definitely a hut, dude. You can see the hut part still.
Yeah. I wish it was still a Pizza Hut. I
Yeah.
miss Pizza Hut. And then I have Pizza Hut and I'm like, I'm good on Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it definitely changed. for
Wing
sure.
Street, though. Is that what their wings place is called?
Yeah.
Wing Street. Their wings were really good for being fucking chain restaurant.
I'll tell you what,
wings.
they fucked it up, man. They had the right formula for their pan pizza. When I was in T-ball, dude. When I was in T-ball, that was like their prime. And then they had like the little fireplace in the Pizza Hut
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
in the middle. There was
Actually
like
being able to go in there and sit
That's-
down and eat. And
oh, dude, there's nothing like
We
a
couldn't
like.
afford Pizza Hut back then.
I remember one time I
It's
was a little
snowing
kid.
outside. You go in there and get in there with eating a nice pizza, a personal pan pizza, and you're fucking hanging out at the fire, dude. That's fucking
One
sick.
time I was a little kid and then I went to use the restroom in the Pizza Hut and I flushed it and it started overflowing. So I just
no.
ran the fuck out and just went back to my seat, act like nothing normal. And I looked back and I could see water coming out of the door and it just acting like, yeah, but I don't know.
I mean,
Who was the last one in there?
I thought that was part of it.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the experience.
Yeah.
It's just like the play places, dude. Those are always sick. They still kind of have those, don't they? We have one, don't we? I think there's
I
a
don't
play-
go
The
that far.
East
I don't
Side
go that far
McDonald's?
in this town.
I think it's in the front.
The furthest I make it is fucking Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wasn't that having problems recently? Like they had to close it down because of like fruit flies or something?
They
Yeah.
had like a fly situation. Not good.
Yeah, fruit and drain flies.
Yeah. Yep.
But they're back.
The flies.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. I
Flies
love
are
those
back.
trashy, like American AA chain restaurants, dude. Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Fridays,
Yeah, they're all
Ruby
the same,
Tuesday.
really.
They're fucking great.
Fast food with a liquor license, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked at Ruby Tuesdays for a while.
It's fucking great. The food. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you
Because
for your service.
yeah, TYFYS, dude, for real. because I love Ruby Tuesday. I always will. I remember when we got a Ruby Tuesday and I was so excited. I was like 9 and I didn't know the concept of franchises. So I thought it was like Oswego, New York was the only place in the world that had a Ruby Tuesday. I thought it was like a fucking Oswego thing.
You travel outside and you're like, wait
the
a
first
minute.
time I saw Ruby Tuesday out in the wild, my heart broke. Same with Friendlies.
There was one at the mall. There was that was the only one I'd gone to.
That's actually funny. That's one of the topics I wrote down today was the BTK killer.
What's that?
He's a serial killer. That basically he killed a bunch of people, mostly women. It stood for bind, torture, kill. And then he would bind them, torture them, kill them, and then like take really fucked up Polaroid photos with their corpses and then mail them to the police.
Whoa.
And they didn't catch him. He was active for like, 8-10 years maybe. And then he was just like, I'm done killing for a while.
Retired, yeah.
And then like 20 years later, he decided to start, I don't remember if he started killing again, but he started to taunt the police again, being like, I'm still out there. You still didn't catch me. How'd you not catch me? And then he literally was like,
why would you do that? Like, just
because
That's a thrill,
it's
though.
an ego thing.
Yeah.
And he was
get away with it,
he
man.
was sending them, the fucking dead drop letters. And then he was like, can you guys trace floppy disks? And the police were like, no. So then he sent them more incriminating evidence via floppy disk, and they traced the floppy disk down and fucking got him.
No, we can't do that.
But like when they caught the BTK killer, I remember watching it on the news on News Channel 9, like Syracuse News.
Yeah.
So for years, I thought the BTK killer was like a local guy.
Oh my
He's
God.
from Kansas.
You know what's crazy? You'd like, I don't know. I always see like the Pacific Northwest as like murder capital for some reason.
What else are you gonna do there?
Oh yeah,
Carjack people?
Just give it to them. Yeah.
yeah. That's
They
fair.
they need it more than we do.
That's a fact and a half.
Yeah, you
pussies.
do have to kind of find ways to entertain yourself.
I'm fascinated by serial killers, dude. I really am. Just like we talked about that one YouTube channel, Explore With Us, where they do they catch like homicide suspects, and then it's like the interviews, the police interviews, and like the family and friends interviews. That like the inner machinations of like, because I'm a fucking recovering drug addict. So like the way that I would have to rationalize my drug use back then is like how they would rationalize like raping and murdering strangers.
I don't know if they even rationalize it. I just think they just don't think on a human level that way. I think it's just a different way they're thinking. They don't really respect other people, obviously. The what was it?
It's
the
badass.
The thing.
The toy box killer.
Yeah, toy box killer.
Charles
that guy was
Lee Ray.
fucking wild, and he had like people that were accomplices.
He
So-
was the inspiration for Saw. You know how you ever see the Saw films?
I couldn't. No.
They're great.
I watched some of the first one, I guess, but I can't deal with seeing pain stuff
It's a
like that because I
squeamish
start
type of-
feeling it.
yeah.
And like then my mind starts like thinking of ways to make it worse.
They're great. They're like soap operas because like a character will die in like the 3rd movie, and then in the 6th movie they'll come back and they're like, I wasn't really dead. I'm actually a cop.
I was faking it.
Yeah. It's really cool. Yeah.
It's a movie, dude. I wasn't. Really.
Yeah. But the toy box killer is my number one guy because I actually wrote a paper on him in high school. And wicked shot situation. He
Yeah.
lived in like the middle of like the desert in like Nevada, Arizona area. And it was like him and like a stretch of miles. All of his neighbors on this road were all in on it. And he would abduct fucking women and kidnap them and put them in a fucking storage container with all these tools. And then he'd wake them up, or they'd wake up, and he'd play a fucking tape, be like, all right, this is what my friends and I are going to do to you.
Whoa.
And just torture,
And
kill,
then-
and bury him in
Man,
the
how
desert.
do you find
Well, no-
people that be on board with you with this shit like
Dude, I
that?
can't even
Like,
find people to play fucking video games with me sometimes.
Exactly.
Jesus.
That's the thing is like, how do you get people to be
How do you
part of it?
open up that
I
conversation?
can't even get
Hey,
guests.
check this out.
on the
All right.
recovery
I
podcast.
got an idea, guys.
I got something cool to show you.
We're
Hold
all
on.
bored, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he would also like drug them and like super heavy drug them and just like leave them on the side of the road and they just wouldn't even remember what happened.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
was a bunch of them that he just let go. Like he didn't kill everybody.
Yeah. The worst thing too, and this like
There's transcripts of the
Yeah.
audio tapes and you're
Yeah.
just you're like, dude, I can't even get through this. Like this is fucked.
yeah, and it's just like, why do I have an erection while I'm reading this?
What the fuck?
All right. Well, that's the problem not everybody has.
Yeah, me neither. But this was like a real ping in my like karma can't be real, because this guy finally got caught after torturing and murdering and raping all these women, and then like literally died of a heart attack like within a year of being sentenced
Yeah,
to life
yeah.
in prison.
Ugh.
Just gets to die right away,
Yeah.
either heart attack or cancer or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There was one of them. Well, I mean, then there's Ted Bundy. Everybody knows Ted Bundy. And Ted Bundy freaks me out because there's if you could pull it up, it's called like The Many Faces of Ted Bundy. It's a collage of photos of him. He literally looks like a different person in every photo.
Oh wow.
Like he just was like this chameleon guy.
What if he was like possessed by these demons and like
Yeah, look at that. That's the same guy. He's the same in all those photos. That's the same man.
yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like how these extra dimensional
Yeah, that is
beings
weird.
are able to like
He's
come into this
he's
world.
a shapeshifter, dude.
What if he was the vehicle and different demonic entities were possessing him and using the bad things that he was doing to still remain control over him and stuff.
Yeah, he's got kind of a Willem Dafoe vibe right here, and then you got like an Adrian Brody kind
Stephen
of
Hawking right there.
Yeah. Well, it's like the movie The Devil's Rejects. Where it's
Like
like
Jim
where-
Carrey recently.
where they're like, why are you doing this? And he goes, I am the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work. And then he just starts murdering people. I mean, that's that kind of shit.
Like Jim Carrey recently, everybody's saying he doesn't look like him. Like, what if he was somehow possessed by something else? And
I think he looks
that's-
great. Simon Cowell, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, that one's wild.
Jim Carrey is shocking, but
You guys know Richard Kuklinski, that story, the Iceman?
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was, I guess, one of the killers that I was into when I was
Hell
into
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Acting like Jake.
I have to steer away from a lot of that because it just invites like just negative. Like
Yeah.
when my baby sister sent me that Explore With Us YouTube channel, and that was literally all that I consumed for like 6 weeks, and I was in a dark place.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not feeling too great about everything. And she goes, yeah, because you literally told me that all you've been watching is fucking homicide suspects interviews. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I should
absurd.
just listen to Pink Floyd.
And that's what it is too. Like those are actually like they're pretty much full blown interrogations. Mm-hmm. And you're like listening to the
Depositions and
the
shit.
whole
and like,
thing.
well, my favorite
And
one.
then he'll like stop and be like, he moved his leg in a weird way, and that's a clear sign of fucking I'm guilty. And you're
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, no, I thought the fact that you got the rape and murder on camera was
Yeah.
the giveaway.
You guys know, like, I don't know, my family kind of dealt with shit like that.
Yeah.
Frickin' so
Yeah.
before I was born, my Aunt Jean, my dad's sister, she was murdered by her husband New Year's Day 87 or something like that.
It's always the husband or wife.
And
It's crazy.
frickin' the guy, he only served like 3 years because he ended up, when the police showed up, he admitted everything to them before they read him his Miranda rights. So they're like, then years later they acquitted him because they were like, oh, they could have, I don't know. It was like some crazy bullshit like that. He was supposed to serve like 15 to life, but
Like a
then
loophole type situation.
yeah. And his lawyers were able to get him out of it, even though it's just like,
So you want to
blew
just
your
blurt
wife's-
it all out. You want to blurt it all out before they
yeah,
read
Yeah.
your rights to you.
yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Frickin' and it's just fucking crazy because like he's still in town here and taking pictures for the city. And a few years ago, he was like voted or given the award like person of the year or whatever. And it's just like,
Yeah, I
what
honestly
the
go.
fuck?
Yeah, there was a guy. I know a guy that did that too in town, and he just got away with it.
I
They never proved any of it. He like hit her with a car in a driveway.
I
Oh
saw
yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
I saw him in Walmart.
Are we thinking
I
of the
don't
same
know.
guy?
probably. Yeah, you probably know who it is. But it's funny because we used to like camp with these people all the time. Like we would go out to,
Oh wow.
and it was just like a normal thing. And then we had one battle of the bands in like
Hair?
oh yeah, it was like 2010 maybe. And
Yeah.
there was a bunch of people. We all got kicked out of the party. We all came to my house. There was like
That was a
7 people
crazy
there.
party. I was
Yeah.
there.
And
Yeah,
so that morning we woke up and my mom was on the phone because it was like her best friend, and she had been hit by a car and died, and it was her husband.
I think we're thinking of two different people
Really?
because that happened to. I don't really talk about it. That
Yeah.
happened to
Yeah, it's like I don't want to throw a bunch of. I mean, they're fucking murderers basically, but
that
Yeah.
happened to a girl that I grew up with, and they ended up. There were so many testimonies that didn't line up that they were basically like, whatever.
Yeah.
it's so stupid. They're just like nah.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
That's too much.
They're like, everybody involved was super drunk. All right, whatever. Wash our hands of the
Yeah.
situation. My mom, back in the early 90s or late 80s, my stepmom's best friend was murdered by her husband. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might be your aunt, because
Wait.
I have no idea.
Are we related? Is that what you just said?
No,
That's not
Oh, okay.
good.
we should be.
Oh, okay.
That'd be cool. Yeah, because then I'd be able to live.
Wait,
in a
your
hobbit.
mom's best friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Was murdered by her husband, and
We should
What's-
do a start a crime podcast like everybody else.
like a true crime
Like
podcast.
like there's thousands and thousands.
We
of
should
those.
do like Jake Gyllenhaal Nightcrawler, and we commit the crimes, and then we talk about them as if they're.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like we get the scoop on it.
But
we basically have we definitely have first hand experience, but no one really knows that. You know what I mean? We got to like cover it up. We'll just explain the
Yeah.
situation, maybe gray out some of the
Yeah.
details.
so like I was at Walmart and he got in line behind me, and you know, growing up with this stuff, I've always wanted to, you know, at least say something to him because
didn't
my
buy him.
family's like so hurt by it and I've grown up with it, and it's just I called him out right in the line there. Everybody in the line was like, "What the fuck?"
I thought you were gonna say he was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? You want a Big Red or something? Like a fucking pack of gum from the big register?" He's
No.
like super friendly, like nicest guy you ever met.
Freaking
Couldn't have been nicer.
no, I told him I hope he kills himself and just started going off on him. Freaking was talking about how my grandma had dementia for the past few years and how she was still being like, "So when's Gene coming home?" Like as every night when we be eating, and just seeing my dad and my grandpa like sink every single time. It was just like,
Oh yeah, that's the thing is like with like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. It's dude, like they're constantly having to like relearn who people are, which
Yeah.
is insane to me to even think that you could be in that mental state.
Yeah, my grandpa had dementia, and it got so bad to the point where I wasn't allowed to visit him near the end, because when growing up, we would always box. Like he had boxing gloves. He was on the U.S. men's boxing team for the Marines back in like the 60s.
oh wow,
Wicked cool. But since he would see me, his only memory that he remembered was him and I were boxing all the time. And like the last like 2-3 months he was alive, whenever he'd see me, he'd try to start fighting me.
He's like, put him
that's
up.
pretty cool though.
It was
Like,
it's pretty cool to think about. Like it's a good memory. But then also like we didn't have gloves on. He was gonna try to kill me. I was Charlie.
It's like when you see the first guy in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you're like, I'm
Yeah.
definitely punching that guy.
Um,
It's the only thing I didn't think to do.
Fucking A. But yeah, well, that's
Put 'em
also like there were two guys I grew up with. Graham and I grew up with them. They're our age. Their uncle was Ed Kemper, the serial killer from the West Coast, and his family actually had to move back here because of all like the notoriety surrounding the name.
Yeah.
From, well, he was the co-ed killer. He would pick up girls hitchhiking. And
That's the thing.
murder them.
If your last name is Bundy, that's
he was
tough.
the Mindhunter guy. If you ever watched, well, you probably didn't, but the show Mindhunter was about Ed Kemper. He's like 6'10", 250 pounds.
Jesus.
He had like an IQ of like 190, just super, super smart guy. And he just murdered people. That was his thing. Crazy.
Some people are into
it doesn't make my fucking pill use look so bad, does it?
I look like fucking. I look like the Lord, dude. I look like the Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm fucking killing it.
Fucking, can you imagine how fucked up Out of the Woods would be if I was a serial killer? It's like, don't worry, guys. I haven't killed anybody in almost 4 years. We're good.
Yeah. That would be the most viewed podcast if some killer was just like, honestly, why? Like the guys who get away with it, fuck it, dude.
They do. They have
just do your own podcast.
There's like former mafia guys that have their own shows.
Yeah,
that
like,
just
dude,
talk. They casually talk about like all the crimes they committed in the mafia.
So recently, we've been getting posts again about Heidi Allen.
Yes,
and
I was trying to think of her name.
And you know what I think? I think the way that they pinned it on the person that they pinned it on, and the quickness of getting him in jail and everything, she was an informant. And I really think that she was probably getting a little too close to find something out, or she did find something out. And I think possibly it might have been about somebody in the police force or something like that. And they got rid of her because she was hitting a little too close to home or something like that.
Icarus, dude. She flew too close to the motherfucking sun.
Yeah. And
type shit.
Yeah, so I really think that that's what happened because of how they tried to quickly brush it under the rug in a sense. And that guy died in jail pretty much.
I think that happens to way more people than people realize when people start to know too much shit. And I don't know. I also think people get away with shit that they just have no business getting away with. Dude, fucking Epstein's over there. He's still alive. You know that guy's still alive.
Yeah, he's in Israel, I bet.
It's fucking insane. They would just, it's just so stupid. They're like, hey, the camera's fucked up for like right when he came. It was like right when he came out of there.
Yeah.
Well, I also love the one
we
footage.
We don't know where it is.
The one footage where like it was like right before they went to do like the dusting and like the forensics went into his cell, and it's like right before the forensics goes in, and then once forensic goes in, there just so happens to be a big fucking like sign in front of the door blocking the camera's view, and then once forensics is gone, the sign is gone.
Yep.
And they're like, oh yeah, no, we had to put that sign up because the paint on the walls was wet. It was a wet paint sign.
It was an accident. Like the contractor didn't know it was there. And
get out of here.
The real fucked up thing is people think like Epstein was, the main guy or whatever. He's a piece of the puzzle. They got so many more rings, and like, I think honestly, with everything that's coming out now about, the Jewish conspiracy or Zionists and all that, like it's really being pushed. If they're the ones that control the media and everything, and all this stuff is getting pushed on everybody's algorithms and stuff, I think there's some other mode of, I don't know. I think there's another reason why they're pushing this stuff out.
Well,
now.
You got to think. Well, number one, we're already involved with Israel and with this whole Iran thing, but I think there's like this cycle of who the enemy is, and it always happens in Western media. It was China for a while, then it was Russia, then it was Israel, and it's like they're just always directing their blame somewhere, and I think it's just global. I think all this shit is global.
Yeah.
I think all these powers work together in some way. I really do. Maybe some don't. They don't play the game, and maybe that's why they get missiles heading their fucking way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Iran, Cuba,
Right. I think they're a little
Syria.
bit off the map.
They
They're a
were
little
the
rogue.
only ones that didn't have a Rothschild banking system, and so those are the countries we've been taken
Iran,
out
dude,
and
like if
stuff.
you look at their currency, dude, it is so devalued. Like the bills that they like have, if you convert like $200 of USD to Iranian currency, it's like fucking a stack like this big.
Oh, wow.
that you're like carrying around, and everything's in like hundreds of thousands in like the units are. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I got a deeper thought about all that.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that they're destroying everything in the Middle East because it's like our generation's version of the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
There's fucking ancient information and artifacts and shit that they can't let get out because it would change the narrative.
You guys hear of the labyrinth that they found in Egypt?
No.
That was freaking
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, the interesting thing about the pyramids is they're finding all this shit that's underground with like lidar detection systems and shit, but they're just not allowed to dig. They're not allowed
Yep.
to excavate any of this shit.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy. That one dude was on Rogan, the guy who's like in
The
charge.
long
of
hair
the
kind of
fucking-
guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember. He basically is like a gatekeeper, and he's like,
Oh, the
yeah.
the
What
Egyptian
the fuck
guy.
is his name?
Yeah. The main, whenever you see something on History Channel, that guy that's always,
Yeah.
I probably couldn't pronounce his name. So yeah, I know who you're talking about though.
And he's basically gatekeeping it and saying like,
This is the narrative. And
we
Yeah.
we already know this much, and we can't dig because these things have been here. We already know that they were tombs, and it's like everything that's coming out now looks like they weren't tombs.
Mhm.
Like what the fuck are you talking about? They want this narrative to be a thing because he wants to be credited with all this shit.
yeah.
If somebody else comes and discovers and says, "Hey, no, all the shit you guys thought was wrong," then he fucking loses all his credibility. So of course he wants to just fucking hold on to that.
Yeah.
And he's in a position where he can. I can't think of the guy's name. Egypt guy, dude. Zahi Hawass is his name.
Yeah, that guy.
This guy is just an absolute clown, dude. He was, I mean, listening to that, I was like, I can't even believe this fucking
The
dude
one
is-
guy that-
this is the guy in charge of the fucking, like, what we can learn from this shit. Like, fuck this guy.
The one guy that was on Joe Rogan's podcast that was talking about the labyrinth, he's saying that they see this like 40-meter long giant tic-tac metal thing, like 100 or so feet underground, and yeah, they
Dude.
can't dig it up because there's certain farmland there, and there's like a whole bunch of process that they like aren't gonna, the country of Egypt isn't gonna let them do
That's
to
the whole thing.
excavate it.
And well, so, and also the argument too is like these LiDAR systems aren't proven, but then you like look at it and you go, well, they've done multiple scans of this shit. The
Yeah.
thing's not just fucking up every time and
Yeah.
showing the same thing. There's shit underneath the pyramids.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, the crazy, like it goes down for like a mile or
Yeah.
whatever, and like, yep, really crazy.
It's wild, dude. I'm telling you, like, there's no way all this shit. People weren't just. There's no way they were just dedicated. That was their life's work to fucking do this shit.
Not
Like,
at that scale.
no. You could barely do this shit now.
Yeah, we pretty much couldn't. Like, it would take the whole world to do pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, it's like you sound wild when you fucking say this kind of shit, but you're like, I'm pretty convinced that fucking aliens were here, dude.
Yeah.
At one point.
Or
if they're not
there's
still.
another advanced civilization that got taken out, or they're still here, and each country is a farm,
Yep.
and they're using us somehow, and they're still living underground or in the oceans, or they're able to go off planet. And
To me, there's only two possibilities. The aliens showed up and they said, hey, here's some fucking cool shit. Check this out. Or we've lived this cycle already.
Mm-hmm.
Humans have already done this and went through it before, and they're going to do it again.
Yep.
And they got wiped out, and there's just echoes of the past that exist, that are still here.
Yeah, it's like
'Cause
the
what would-
Forerunners.
What would exist if everything got wiped out now in 10,000 years?
Yeah,
This podcast.
yeah. There might be like a one hard drive somewhere There'd be a Google Drive somewhere that someone spots, and they're like, "What the fuck
A new
is this
religion
shit?"
starts.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so fun to be deified.
Yeah, it'd be so dystopian too. They'd be.
It
like, what
wouldn't
the
be
fuck is
either of us.
Resident Evil?
It would be Bill. Bill would be the God
The
Emperor.
problem is, you'd have to piece together the language first. Then you'd
Yeah.
have to figure out what chicken McNuggets are.
and what Pink Floyd is. Oh my God! Can you imagine if they wouldn't have, like a world without Pink Floyd? That'd make me so
That'd be
fucking
nice.
sad.
I'm kidding.
That'd be sick, dude. But then you'd also have to like figure out what we're talking into and
Yeah.
like all these things.
Have the
that-
device to see it, and
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, you'd have to. Well, or just hear it. But
All it is sand.
If-
That's what a hard drive is. It's just sand.
that's true. If you put me in the woods, we talked about this before. If you like put us out in the fucking woods, it would take so long before we figured out how to like create a fucking.
even if you
CD
knew how
player.
to do it,
yeah,
like,
Like, what,
damn,
dude?
yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to make transistors or some shit like some kind
I don't
of
know,
The
that's-
I couldn't
scale.
make
Do
a
you
fucking-
guys know the scale of like microchips, how they're made and stuff, and how ridiculous it is?
Oh yeah,
I watched a video on it yesterday, actually.
Taiwan, freaking right now, they got a bunch of like China's got a bunch of boats around Taiwan while we're occupied in the Middle East. and-
Boats. I like the idea that they're like pontoon boats. It's just like hundreds upon hundreds of pontoon boats.
Well,
Yeah.
And not battleships. Isn't
Well,
it
they-
battleships?
yes, yes.
It's little
But
guys on
they,
rafts
They
and shit.
actually
Kayaks.
every like all
How do I
pretty much
fire?
most of their fishing
trying to get
boats
the
and
gun
stuff.
out from the hole.
they're
yeah.
trained. They train them to be able to make blockades and stuff,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah, under threat of death.
yeah.
I don't know what China's probably a sick place to live in.
I dated a girl from
No.
China. That was a crazy experience during COVID.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was-
Patient zero.
China does. China doesn't seem great to me. You can't say that though. That's xenophobic.
Not at all. She was a lovely girl.
I hate xenomorphs, dude.
What? You guys hate Pink Floyd? You hate Alien? Do you
I
hate
don't
me?
think. I don't think China would be a great place. I think Japan
Why?
would be
Because it's
better.
full of Chinese people.
Yeah, Japan is a little more accepting to people, I think, than China. China's fucking strict with a lot of their shit, dude.
yeah.
They're a little bit more.
Japan is accepting of Japanese people, but they're like one of the most
all
xenophobic.
the other Asian countries
one of-
hate
but
them.
They're one of the
like
most xenophobic countries.
hated.
The thing
Yeah,
you,
but they don't throw their little girls out the fucking window, and they don't have.
no, but they
nets
sell their
around-
underwear in vending machines. The only thing that
that's
you would love
fine.
about Japan is that baseball is their national pastime somehow.
That is sick,
Isn't that sick?
but also they don't have nets around like their corporate buildings, so that people.
Pretty sure
can't kill
Japan
themselves.
hates I think they're like extremely xenophobic.
Here's the thing: have you ever seen Blade Runner?
Of course, I've seen Blade Runner.
Well, I just want to see the cool noodle stands on the street.
I would love to live in Night City.
I just want noodle stands. You know what I mean?
I can't believe we live in a dystopia and I can't put fucking lasers in my eyes yet.
Yeah, like I want to see giant. It's basically like,
Or like have blades come out of my arms like Baraka.
yeah,
That's the character I always use.
He's the coolest guy. Yep, exact. Yeah, left circle, and he just goes.
that shit is so weird. Like seeing this like when you play Cyberpunk or any of these like distant future sci-fi movies, it's like all corporate. Everything's corporations have taken over.
Yeah.
and it always is that way.
Yeah,
And I think it's because deep
Even-
down everybody's like,
even
yeah,
Alien is like that. In Alien Resurrection,
and it's always Chinese and fucking it's always that. It's always their language.
yeah, and Wayland Yutani is in Walmart. I think it's those are the only two companies at the end of the Alien timeline. It's just Wayland Yutani and then
Yeah.
Walmart, which
You know
is
what's
really
fucked
funny
up?
because Walmart's fucked now.
China made Skynet.
In the movies or
No,
like
no,
in real
like,
life
in
with the
real
social
life.
credit system.
No, like they legit made a company called Skynet. And it's dealing with AI stuff. So it's just like,
That's
what
sick,
the
dude.
fuck?
Yeah, I don't keep up with the war right now because why would you?
You can't. It's
You can't.
all over the place.
But
yeah.
it's all being fought with AI like generals and shit, and
Yeah.
like AI controlled drones. I was freaking out about like what if it gets, what is it called when rampancy is when the AI in fucking Halo goes bad. But like it's like I think of rampancy from Halo. I think of Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. You ever read that short story?
No.
It'll fucking ruin your week. It's so good though. It's one of the best short stories ever.
That's Marathon's lore too, though.
The AI goes crazy. Well fucking
there's
System
three-
Shock is like that.
There's 3 AIs on the UASD Marathon, and one of them goes ramp. That's Durandal, and he goes rampant, and that's basically the catalyst for the entire thing.
What is it? Is it hallucinations? Is that what the AI does now? They hallucinate? Is that what they call it when it starts to deteriorate?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I guess they would have a lifespan in some respect, though. I don't know.
Well, that's how I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream goes, is that like there's another world war and it's like, you know, the East versus the West versus the North versus the South or some shit like that. And they're all fought with AI generals. And then the AI generals end up convening and agreeing with each other that the only way to actually end the war is to kill all humans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way to end the war is if everybody dies.
This Skynet shit is wild to me, dude. Because it's like straight up, they're going, yeah, it's mass surveillance.
Well, yeah, and they have the social credit system.
Yeah.
Which-
Black Mirror shit.
Yeah.
And this is what's interesting. This is the way they're going to try and sell these things is people are going to be like, yeah, actually, I kind of like these cameras because there's no crime right now because there's cameras everywhere. Or they feel safer because there's cameras everywhere.
It's like it brings
It's like,
me
really, there already are cameras everywhere. Everyone's got a fucking
Yeah.
Ring doorbell or some shit.
well, it's like
Even
that.
our phones, it's got the forward and outward facing camera,
Yeah.
and they're making it addictive so everybody's on their phones all the time.
It's that fucking Benjamin Franklin quote where he says like any man willing to sacrifice liberty for safety deserves no liberty nor safety.
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I'm looking forward to getting some guns when I move down to Georgia. I don't need
Yeah,
to get
dude. Get a bazooka.
a pistol permit or anything. I can just go and buy a gun.
Go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Turn
Do
them
you
into
think
Wayland
the-
Yutani.
Do you think the devil's still down there? Because he did go
He's
down
about to be.
Yeah. Ha. Get it? Because he's moving down there.
there. Did he lose the
Fiddle
battle?
contest.
I don't remember.
In Guitar Hero 3, he definitely lost. I beat him.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the devil definitely lost. Let's listen. Let's read the lyrics out. Well, the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to
have to read the
steal. He
whole
was in a
thing.
bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, the devil jumped up on a rickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what."
We get a copyright strike.
Yeah, right. When the
'Cause
devil
you're too
finished, Johnny
accurate.
said, "You know, you're pretty good, old son, but you just flop down in that little chair. And I'll show you how it's done." You probably didn't even know. Wait, am I actually going to do the whole thing? I don't
No,
want. You told me
probably
not to.
You don't have to. But let's see what's going on here. Rosin's up his bow.
You just flop down. Oh, it literally is flop down in that chair right there, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. That's Japan.
Oh, he did get beat.
Yeah.
He laid the golden fiddle down at the ground. at
Devil,
Johnny's
come on
feet.
back if you ever want to try again. I told you once, you son of a gun, that I'm the best there's ever been. William De Gregorio, do you think he's related to Nadia Hilton, Club Crystal?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. That song rips, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Absolute banger.
It's-
So he loses, right? But what's the deal? Does he? What's the fallout from this? What was the deal originally?
Johnny gets to run the elevator now, or the metal detector. Johnny gets to run the metal detector.
He's making a bet.
I'll bet a fiddle of gold against. Wait, how much would a solid
Fiddle
gold
of
violin
against
go
his
for?
soul. So all he does is
It
give him.
can't sound good.
Yeah,
A solid gold fiddle.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's all he got out of it. That's bullshit, dude.
That's
I
a
wanted
lot of
something-
money.
I wanted something
I
cooler.
bet you
to
the
happen.
strings would definitely like pull it and warp it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people are fiddle guys anymore. So now you'd probably have to go
Thank God.
like the devil would probably have to do
Well, it'd have to be Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
He'd probably be like,
He's like, here's my black Telecaster.
No,
I got it
he'd
from
be like,
David Gilmour, Pink Floyd.
let's have an auto-tune competition.
It's T-Pain versus the Devil.
Oh shit, dude, we should do an
T-Pain
episode
sweeps.
all in auto-tune.
Is that not what we do?
Oh shit, I've been forgetting to do that in post.
I hear everything I
Oh.
hear is auto-tuned.
No, what we're gonna do is put out a regular version of the show and then also an auto-tune version of every episode.
We should do a 3-6 Mafia version too.
Yeah. We need like a hype guy that says the last word of every line we say.
Say
That's what we need, dude.
dude.
That would be sick.
Sick. 1979. That was a good year. You want to know what happened in 1979?
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Alien came out. The first Alien movie came out in 1979. I'm pretty sure also Pink Floyd released an album in 1979 called The Wall. Those are the 1979 or 1980.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was going on around then?
The Cold War, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. They didn't have auto-tune back then. When did auto-tune become a thing?
I don't know.
90s?
T-Pain.
Late 90s?
Auto-tune
2000?
became a thing in like 09 because auto-tune was recession proof.
97.
That was my second guess.
Huh.
So I'm gonna change subject a little bit, but
No, sir. Auto-tune is recession proof. Just fucking smoked me. I don't usually laugh that hard at my own fucking one-liners.
Oh, shit.
But
That's
like,
funny, though.
Okay, that makes sense. Share. Believe, dude? That was totally auto-tune.
that rules.
so I'm gonna be renting a car when I go to New Zealand.
What kind?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
But I'm gonna be driving on the opposite side of the road, and I'm gonna be on the right hand side of the car.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Just make
Oh,
sure
in New
it's-
Zealand, yeah.
yeah.
That's going to be cool.
So like,
You'll be like
I've
a
played-
postman.
I've played
I
Forza,
actually am scared.
Forza
of
Motorsport
doing this.
4, so kind of know how it works.
I'm gonna be doing like bungee jumping too, which
Well-
like I'm afraid of heights, but like driving on the other side of the road scares me a lot more.
No, just replace the windshield with a mirror.
You know, I've always thought that driving on the other side of the road makes more
Wait.
sense.
Do you know where it comes from?
England.
No.
Why though? Or not England, but why?
Is it something to do? Wait, don't tell me. Is it something to do with horse and buggies?
Nope.
Is it something to do with buggies and horses?
Dude,
No. So it
buggies
comes.
are crazy.
It comes from before everybody was on the left hand side because of jousting and stuff. So you'd have your spear, you're on a horse, and the spear's in your right hand, and you'd be going at the person on your right,
Right.
side to stab them. Napoleon came around. He was left-handed, so he switched things so that everybody would be on his left so that he had that
Oh,
advantage.
yeah. He
And
was
then
so
some
smart,
countries kept it and some countries didn't.
He was a fucking genius.
That was actually
Napoleon kind of rules.
Yeah, dude. That completely changes because he's a southpaw, right?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden,
yeah.
yeah, and you're basically forcing everybody to fight southpaw because it's the only
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
That's how I fought.
So
That's
now,
crazy.
like with jousting, they go over themselves to, yeah,
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, and then you risk losing your lance.
yeah.
And then you're like, shit, instinct's down a member.
Well, I always thought like cars should have the driver like the driver's seat should be further away from the yellow line because if you have a head-on collision, then just your passenger dies. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know, it's not like you always have a passenger, but you would think you'd want the driver away from this head-on collision that's going to happen in the middle of the lanes.
Or do you want them there so that they're safer?
Or they can look into each other's eyes right before they.
No. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird.
You should get a revolver pistol,
I don't
like
really.
a Magnum, and then you could do tricks with it. You could
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get like just a
a bazooka.
22 pistol,
Oh,
like
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know. Like I've shot a bunch of guns and stuff. And for me, I'd rather just have something where I could be accurate with it rather than
Like a fucking,
stopping
you
power.
could get a Desert Eagle with a scope on it.
Yeah, the golden deagle, dude.
Yeah, and a
That'd be
long
sick.
barrel, like in Metal Gear Solid 4.
You should.
I just
okay.
want like a G44, like a little 22 long rifle
Yeah.
Yeah.
bullet.
Make sure when you go to rent a car, tell them you don't want a Tesla, because you'll just be a Nazi all of a sudden. That's a problem. These
Yeah.
days.
Well, in New Zealand, are they even up to date with that shit? You know, do they care?
Do they have Nazis over there? I'm sure they. Well, some.
They're about to.
Yeah. Comes in flying in with a Tesla, dude.
That would actually work out though, if for me, if somehow I could use an electric car, that way I don't have to worry about the gas prices and stuff too much.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because they're getting that Australia and New Zealand are getting fucked with oil right now because they get it all from Iran.
Damn.
Yep.
I'm actually going to be trying to skateboard everywhere I can. Like, yeah, I'm renting a vehicle, but if I can, in some places like 10 miles away, I'll just be like, oh, you know what? I'll skate there and get to see the country more.
But what if they don't let you?
I doubt that. I doubt that's going to happen.
Well,
I'm American. I can do what I
the other thing.
Let's
is,
tell
like,
them that, and then they'll be like,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
"What is a New
Yeah,
Zealand accent? It's like an Australian accent, but like more rugged."
No, a little bit more British, I would say.
It's,
Not as
fucking-
harsh of a accent. It's
Is
a
it
little
like
chiller.
"Oi, mate," or is it like "Oi, mate"?
You've listened to Rap God King. You know what he's talking about. Rap God
I
King,
actually
dude?
that popped up on my my homepage the other day. Your interview with Rap God King.
Yeah, I
And-
tried to get a hold of him a couple months ago because I want to get him back in here and
He's
chat.
gone.
He's gone.
Didn't he wipe all of his socials?
No, well, I don't know. I messaged his Instagram.
He's still on Instagram. Is he still just at Rap God King?
Yeah, I don't know. He was a New Zealand guy though. But he did have like it was kind of, they speak English obviously, but it's definitely a fucking sort of British.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not quite as thick as Australia,
Yeah.
but it's still like a touch of it. It's like your parents were Australian.
Yeah.
And like,
There's still like remnants of that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a chill guy. Not a good musician, I'll tell you, but but you know what I mean.
I just recorded some vocals with Mooch for another Rasputin song.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Tried to get that done before I took off. So that'll be coming out eventually once we mix and master it and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, his Instagram is gone.
Really? It was on. I had it somehow. I don't know. Maybe it was just. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's all right.
It's not too
Oh.
bad. It's just we're in summer. Right
Are you watching me talking to him?
now. Well, close to the end of summer.
Yeah. See how it's got kind of a summer.
Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah, it's got a little thingy. Yeah, people have been doing a lot more music, it seems like, lately. Something about it is there's like a resurgence. Maybe it's because all the AI music's coming around.
And for
Everybody's
me,
like-
like, I'm not really concerned about going out playing shows and stuff. It's just to be able to have something recorded to look back on. And
Yeah.
that's, I don't know.
Yeah, Wes and I are going to do like just a cover song for fun. And then
Yeah.
Dave his band just did a shot a music video.
Cool.
So I don't know when that's going to come out timeline wise, but
Yeah, and I've been doing acoustic covers, recording those and throwing them up on the Facebook.
jamming out on your Tumblr.
Yeah. It's really funny because I hate my singing voice, and then everybody is like, your voice is way too good. I'm not even just saying that as like a brag or whatever. That's just what people are saying. It's going to make me sound conceited. But I genuinely cannot stand my singing voice. I never could. And people are like,
I feel
no, I
everyone's
love your
that way,
voice.
though, too.
David Bowie is like that because I typed into Google and I was like, is it normal to hate my singing voice?
Oh, it's wicked normal. Yeah.
And they were like, David Bowie does. And I was like, David Bowie's never heard me sing.
I think it'd be really hard to find people who do like their own singing voice.
I like my screaming voice and stuff like that. I've developed it to where I want it. But
Yeah,
my actual singing voice, I'm like, that's why I mostly only scream.
Well, it's weird too, because like when you hear yourself talk in your own head, it's different than when you listen back to it.
Yeah, I sound so cool.
That's the thing, though, is I can listen to myself on either the podcasts or whatever. I can listen to my speaking voice, and I'm like, I don't have that reaction to my speaking voice. I like my speaking voice. I feel like I sound like a radio guy.
I've thought that too. I was actually thinking that the other day. I was listening to the K-Rock and the guys going back and forth with it, and yeah, the delivery definitely reminds me of you, where I could see you doing something like that.
Yeah, the K-Rock guy is pretty cool. I like that guy, actually.
The cadence. Thank you.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my the inflections.
Yeah.
I have the zingers. It's my delivery.
Yep.
Yeah, I think also I've listened to so much of this fucking podcast.
Same. Every day, all day.
Yeah, so it's like you get familiar with it, so it's not as weird.
Yeah, the
you?
first few times when you're hearing your voice,
Yeah.
you're thrown off by it, probably just like singing voice and stuff.
It's
and then
interesting,
you eventually
too,
get used to it.
Because sometimes different post-processing and different microphones and things like that, you'll sound different. Like if we
Yeah.
go back and listen to like the first couple episodes, it's like we don't sound the same. But also our voices are still developing technically. Like your voice is changing for a long time.
And I was also hammered for like those first like 90 episodes.
Yeah, that's fair. That will do something too.
And I think I was still smoking cigarettes too back then.
Maybe.
I didn't quit smoking until I moved out of my parents' house, which is really funny to think about.
Yeah,
I was smoking cigarettes while living with my parents, and then I quit smoking when I moved out. I moved into an apartment.
It's not as cool anymore.
Well, I moved into an apartment where you were allowed to smoke inside, and I always thought that was disgusting. And
I think it becomes too easy to access is what the problem is.
yeah, it's like what is this? What's this all for?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you make this smoking like a thing that you have to, like a full activity, you have to go outside.
Yes,
it's like a whole ritual.
It's ritualist. Yeah.
When you're just in the house and you just go, and then you're smoking.
Then all of a sudden you're just like, ugh,
yeah,
this is dumb. I want to be goth outside.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's all smoking is being goth.
Yeah,
I bet you that's freaking everybody I've worked in with a kitchen. The only people that get breaks are the people that go out and have smoke breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I bet you that really pushes everybody.
That's funny. A lot of people that work in kitchens smoke, and it's just because
that's the only
want
break
their
that
break.
they
Healthcare is like that too.
get. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I actually quit smoking because a girl I was seeing at the time told me that that she hated kissing me because it tasted like an ashtray. And that's probably something that every smoker ever has heard, but it was the first time I ever heard it, and I was like,
She
it tastes
doesn't
like an ashtray.
Yeah, why? What's wrong? She doesn't like ashtray?
Yeah, what the fuck? What, you want me to
How did-
ash on the ground, you whore?
She fucking tasted an ashtray?
Yeah, that's
Who
great.
tastes
That should have been my
ashtrays?
second question.
Yeah, that's true. Because you got to have some kind of experience to make that reference.
I fucking love cigarettes. The only reason I don't smoke cigarettes is because they make me smell bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, that's the only reason. I love a Newport Hundo menthol, dude.
Yeah, like I could do a nice, like if it's a good cigarette, like not if it's some fucking res bullshit, like, you know what I mean? Those
Yeah, like a
cheap
Newport
cigarettes.
Hundo, a Lucky Strike, a Marb Smooth, a Camel Crush.
Camel Crush is
Black
my
and
good
milds
fucking-
are good.
I love a
stuff
black
like
and
that.
mild. Fucking
Yeah.
jazz or casino wood tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Madon.
Oh yeah, dude.
Get that in me, dude.
Yeah.
Smoking is cool. I just
Yeah, like no matter what they told me in school, I was always like, I'm sorry.
I don't give a
looks fucking
fuck.
cool.
Smoking is cool. It makes
Yeah.
you look cool. Makes you like, dude. I saw a girl the other day. Put a fucking zin in her mouth, and I like recoiled, and then I thought to myself, I was like, why do I get weird when I watch a woman use a zin? But if she lit up a cigarette instead, it would have been like, oh my god, I need her number. Like, I don't know what that connection is.
That's funny.
Smoking is sexy. It's fucking badass.
Well, it's also been glamorized by the, film.
Well, it's
and-
glamorous.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, people, the film industry and all this shit.
Look up Marlon Brando handsome smoking cigarette gif and tell me that smoking isn't awesome.
Or like James Dean standing there with the fucking thing.
Specifically Marlon Brando handsome smoking cigarette gif.
James Dean. I saw his grave on my skateboard trip.
Who?
James Dean.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I saw his grave. Somebody took me to it while I was in the area. There's a bunch of kiss marks all over the headstone and
It's
stuff.
not going to play the GIF.
It's not that one either. No, there's a very specific one where he's like really handsome. He's looking really handsome while he's smoking. It's crazy.
Really? That's pretty handsome too, though.
No, he's like sitting there casually at the bar. It's a side profile shot, and he like does a French inhale and does a wink at the camera.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good
Marlon Brando is him and he's like one of the most handsome dudes of all time. It also helps that he's like probably the greatest actor of all time.
There's a lot of different types of tobacco though. Like there's even like tobaccos that you can smoke that are like pretty much psychedelic.
Yeah.
And
there it is, that one on all the way to the left right there. I think it's that.
This?
Nope, up that one. I think it's that one. Of course it. No,
smoking.
He's there's a fucking scene from that where he's smoking, and I'm like, oh my goodness. You type in Marlon Brando handsome smoking cigarette gif or just Marlon? Yeah, you got to type in handsome smoking cigarette. Yeah, yeah.
They're all handsome though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. It is Marlon Brando. Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is again. But he's not smoking in that one. Maybe he's not smoking. It's just him being handsome. I was like, he's so handsome in that photo. My brain gave him a cigarette.
Yeah, he does look cool, dude.
It's my grandma never smoked cigarettes, and she'll always tell me about how like she's like, I never thought that any man was ever gonna find me beautiful because I didn't smoke cigarettes. Like that's how hard it was pushed back in like the 50s.
Well, that's exactly the thing. It's all residual because it was pushed, and these companies got giant because of it. And it's the same reason like half of this shit is everything else is fucking illegal because they wanted you smoking cigarettes.
But I'm a superstitious man. If something should befall my son upon coming home, if he should be found hanging in his jail cell, or if he is shot in the head by a police officer, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. And for that, I do not forgive.
Is this like
That's the
Godfather?
Godfather.
Oh,
Marlon
okay.
Brando is Don Vito Corleone. You ever watched The Godfather?
I haven't, no.
That's my Lord of the Rings.
Whatever happened to the real Don Vito?
Oh, he died. He's dead as fuck. He's a convicted pedophile, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool guy though.
Yeah, he's dead as fuck. I watched a bunch of Jackass clips yesterday. I watched The Loop. The Loop is great, where they have Tony Hawk, Matt Hoff. Yeah, the skateboard loop.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk is just like, well, yeah, you just got to go as fast as you can, and if you go fast enough, you don't even realize you're upside down. Immediately goes down the ramp and just falls.
Oh my god.
You have to have a lot of momentum, and you have to kind of carry it in. You got to kind of pump your way into it. And I I at the top of it, your weight is going to have to shift forward again, because like that. I just don't know how you'd really train for that unless you just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You ever see where
But if
Bob
your
Burnquist
momentum's-
jumped the gap upside down? The loop, they took off the top of it, and then he was upside down, and that was crazy.
That was
Bob Burnquist rules.
Prime
Yeah.
Burnquist, dude.
probably the coolest fucking name for a skateboard guy.
Out of probably all the skateboarding names, you got Tony Hawk. He's of course number one.
Yeah.
But then Bob
Come on.
Burnquist, I always see him as like number two.
Tony
Yeah.
Hawk that's like a dude made in a lab to be a skateboarder. Like that's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
maybe he was.
Yeah.
I watched his interview that he did with some guys yesterday too, where he was talking about how he basically demanded that Activision put BAM in the remake of 3 and 4.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were like, yeah, we're not putting Bam in there. He's bad news. And then like 2 days before they announced that the game was in development, he hung out with Bam and went skateboarding. And he was like, what the fuck are they talking about? He's doing great. So they
Yeah.
put him in the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now Bam is going to be on Sam Hyde's Fish Tank show.
Yeah,
apparently.
it's interesting because like Bam he was talking on the 9 Club podcast, which is like a skateboarding podcast basically, but they were talking about
I think it was that show that Hawk was on that I saw.
he was talking about how he basically just never had structure as a kid, like growing up, his entire life. And he was literally just going, I just needed to learn how to have structure because it's not something I did. I'd wake up and just did whatever the fuck I want.
Forever.
Yeah.
And then losing his friend like that, and kind of the wheels coming loose, and with
It's like it was a
addictions.
constant party.
How
for
did
those
his
guys.
parents have that? What did his parents do for a living that let them like the lifestyle?
I don't remember. I actually don't remember, but
If only we had like a search engine that we could use to find that information out.
yeah, that would really be cool.
If only it was pulled up on the screen right now.
That would really be cool. But yeah, sometimes you don't have. those
Sometimes you
things.
want to keep things a mystery.
Sometimes-
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you
Like
don't
the
think-
pyramids.
It's right there, but nah.
Okay, Zahi.
My favorite, I loved anytime they'd fuck with Phil and Ape, but I love the one where they swap Preston out, or they swap Phil out with Preston while Phil and April are sleeping, and they fucking do this. Or that one's great, and then the one where they just put an alligator, going back to alligators, they just put an alligator in his living room, and April and fucking Phil come home from like grocery shopping, and there's just an alligator in their
Yeah,
house.
that's fucking crazy, dude. They
That was
painted
such
the-
a crazy era of television.
It was fucking
Yeah.
immaculate, dude.
They
There's-
painted the whole house blue one
Yep.
time, and then they put a whole skate park like through
in the house, yeah. Moat around the house and everything.
Yeah. My favorite episode was the fucking Treetop Casino one,
Yeah.
where they build a casino in a tree and then they have like a wrestling ring and shit too. It was so fucking
Was
good.
that Viva La Bam?
I always wanted I always was like, dude, that's the shit I need to do. Like now, build me a tree house and put fucking like crap stable up there or some shit. Like no one would ever need that practically. He was like, we used it like for the episode and that was it. Like we never went up there again.
Yeah.
Whenever I know my dad's having a bad day, I'll fucking send him jackass clips, and the one that always kills him is the fucking golf course air horn.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you gotta blow that air horn, really? And he's like, I have bursitis, it helps.
Yeah. That dude gets pissed. He like throws a golf club.
They
at him
start
and shit.
driving golf balls into
At
the woods.
That would be a fun game, actually. You get 2 groups of people and you're just shooting golf balls at each other.
I
be
thought you were
fun.
gonna say it'd be fun to fucking put on ghillie suits and blow air horns at the country club. I'm surprised we never did
Just
that.
a golf war, though. Yeah, true. At Wes's house, we just go there.
We terrorized that entire ward for years and never once thought to bring an air horn across the street.
One time there was a party there, and I pretty much got naked. The only thing that I had on was my hat over my dong, and like it was wintertime, and I ran around the
cul-de-sac.
I was trying to think of the name for it. It wasn't really a cul-de-sac, but
The
just
loop.
the loop.
Yeah.
And I ran back, and somebody hid my clothes somewhere, and like I was going around Wes's house just like pretty much naked, and then I was just like, fuck it, and I just sat down on the couch butt ass naked, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Then you're like, because you're kind of forcing people to give you clothes at that point.
Yep. Yeah. They threw them in the backyard, and I didn't really know like where they were, so I was just like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that got naked in that house. It's weird.
Yeah.
It got weird sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite was there was the one year where I was a kid for this and I wasn't there for it. I just heard about it, but it was like Halloween or Christmas or something. I think it was Christmas. And the guys went down to the other end of the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was a U shape. 15 was at this end and they went to the other end and they like perfectly swapped Christmas decorations to the houses. So
oh
like
my
when
God,
the
that's hilarious.
so like just like mirrored the decorations, swapping them back and forth. And then also the fucking when they stole the Easter Bunny statue from the fucking from the country club and replaced it with an egg.
Yeah, that's
And then like I remember Uncle West, I remember being there for that one when Uncle West came home. He was like, yeah, so the Easter Bunny statue at the country club is missing. You guys wouldn't know anything about that, would you? We're like, no. And then like a couple hours later, he comes down to the basement and the statue's in the basement, and he started going fucking ballistic.
That was the first time I smoked weed there. With
Really?
Big Wes.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was the first time I did a lot of things. I remember.
fair point.
Yeah. My favorite fucking Big West story was when it was my senior year of high school, and I asked this girl out to prom, and she said yes, and then it was like literally the week of prom, and I was like, so what's the plan? Because we haven't talked about it. And she goes, oh, you were serious? And I go, oh, you weren't?
Oh.
And I was like, I guess I'm not going to prom this year. So then I remember like crying.
Why would that be like a joking situation? Like that's so weird.
Because I was going way up above my fucking. I was punching up hard, hardcore.
Oh,
And I remember like that, like the night of prom, I was fucking crying and whining about it to Uncle Wes. And we were supposed to have guys' night that night, but Dave and Buster's had just opened. And that was when Dave and Buster's first opened. You had to be 21 to go there. So everybody else went to Dave and Buster's, and I had to stay alone with Uncle Wes. And he ended up ordering fucking sheet pizza and wings. And then we got fucking hammered drunk and watched football all night. I think it was a Saturday night, actually, because it was college football.
Oh, God. I just remembered my prom
that doesn't sound
story.
too bad.
It was way better than prom.
So my prom story, frickin', I didn't have anybody to go with, so I was still good friends with, there's these two exes of mine. They're both best friends. And I was talking to them, and they were like, oh, we got a friend you can go with. And night of, she shows up to my place. We take pictures and stuff, and I took her and her friend out to dinner and get to the prom, and I didn't really know her too well, so I was just assuming that she was going to buy her own ticket, and I bought mine. Get there, and she didn't have a ticket, and she's all dolled up and everything and expecting that I bought her ticket. And
They don't sell tickets at the door.
yeah, it was like you had to get them like a couple weeks beforehand, and I go up to the counter and I'm like, hey, so there was a misunderstanding. The tickets were like $35 a piece. I had like a few hundred in my pocket. I was like, could we work something out? And they were like, no, we already got a guest list and blah, blah, blah. And they were being unreasonable. And I was baked as fuck. And I had a bowl with some weed in my pocket, and I was wearing sunglasses because my eyes were wicked bloodshot. And then like her dad ended up coming down and freaking cussing everybody out at the counter and yelling at the principal and everything. And they walked out, and I kind of walked them out, and the dad was mad at me. He was just like, no, it's okay, man. Just go inside. Just go inside. I was like, all right, whatever. And I go inside, and, you know, I'm a metalhead, so like it was just really awkward dance music and stuff. And some of my friends are like, yo, what the fuck happened? And ended up getting with this one girl that was from a different school that one of her friends, and went to the Laker Hall, and they were playing Jaws in the pool and stuff. And both of my exes were at the prom after party there, and they heard what happened, and they came up and slapped me.
Yep.
That sucks. I thought there was gonna be a happy ending.
No, that is the happy ending.
Well, the girl I ended up getting with, she was pretty hot. So
That's good.
That's a win. Yeah.
I remember the one.
Mine actually involved James Dean,
Yeah,
which ended up at the fucking house.
yeah,
for a long
forever.
time. Yeah.
The one prom I did end up going to, I remember being like over the moon about it because it was this girl that I was like head over heels like with for a long time. And then like I remember after prom ended, she didn't talk to me at all like after prom. And then I remember I went up to her Monday morning before school started and I go, "What happened? I thought we had a great time." And then she looked at me and she said, "I only went to prom with you because I felt bad."
Ooh.
And then I never talked to her again. That was sick. That was my second reason.
That's cool.
I remember my sophomore year, because it was supposed to be just juniors and seniors. My sophomore year, there was a junior that wanted to go to prom with me, allegedly. And I remember I bought the tickets, and then they had to. I gave her the money for the tickets because I technically couldn't buy them. And then she ended up buying the tickets, and then she took somebody else.
Ooh.
You know, people wonder like why I'm so weird with women.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a sleazy bitch.
You're a product of your environment.
yeah. I want my environment to be a product of me.
Yeah.
The Departed.
It's one of my favorite like saying phrases because it just really means nothing. It's just like it's like nurture, basically.
Listen to him. He knows everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell mine because mine's not depressing.
Yeah. Well, I had
But we did end up with a James Dean cardboard cutout, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Well, like my senior
then
prom
it got thrown
story
down
was
the stairs.
I think I
fucking-
remember seeing pictures of that.
It was
it was
at the house.
it was in the basement of Wes's house for years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then it
Yeah.
got one party, somebody like wrestled with it and threw it down the stairs. Or
Yeah, it
something,
might have been an
fucked up.
Italian guy.
Yeah. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Still a big deal. Nothing lasts forever. It'd be cool to still have that though, like right there in the front.
That was crazy those times. They had made the haunted house kind of thing during Halloween, and the parties there were always fun. That was a great
Legit
time.
Project X style shit, like almost every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Christy was like a big part of that. Christy would like love to do that kind of shit, you know. And I think the funny thing too is they would like make rooms in the basement, like
Yeah.
separate sections. They'd
With
be like, "Check
the
this out."
sheets.
just with sheets. Yeah.
Well, like that's what the whole house was. The whole house was the best.
yeah.
And then when we
And they're
had
like, check this out. Here's a bunch of throwback consoles or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
No, the best was when the whole house had its own sub whole house where it was a different, like the main whole house had the Dreamcast, and then there was a sheet with like a tiny sofa and another TV, and it was a PS2 in that area.
Yeah.
Then we had basketball.
Sub-ho house.
Yeah, man, fucking wild shit.
Oh my God. I just remember there was this one time there was a party going on and somebody left out a camera and I was just like, yo, take a picture of my ass. And I fucking leaned over, showed my butthole, and they
You
took a
spread it out?
picture.
Was it a Polaroid?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
Polaroid.
it wasn't a
It was a
Polaroid?
digital camera. And, you know, frickin' the night goes on, and then somebody came down and was just like, hey, have you guys seen a camera? And everybody looks at me like, dude, and we're just like dead silent. And then they're like, oh, we found it. Don't worry. And they go upstairs, and then we hear a bunch of girls scream. And they come down and they come up to me like, this is your ass. And I'm just dying laughing.
My favorite was like when the parties would go from light to dark, which meant like when all the other Joneses but me went to bed. And it was just me and a bunch of misfits in the basement.
Yeah.
Post like 1 a.m.
Well, you're young and like a little kid, and everybody else is fucked up, and they're like,
Yeah, that was the best. And then it was like at that time, especially when I started drinking and partying and stuff, it was like cool that the youngest person in the party was just chugging beers and doing drugs and stuff. And then we
cool.
put it together later, but like
That is a cool
but
feature.
like I'm not supposed to romanticize that kind of shit, but it was like almost like a rite of passage sort of thing. Like
oh yeah.
but I just remember like those nights would always devolve into like somebody showing up that didn't show up until like Wes and Diane went to bed.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
like
Tovar showed up or something.
They would wait until the parents went to bed, and then another car would pull up with illicit substances, and then it was just like a fucking totally different night for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, things would change.
Yeah. Dude, the air got viscous. Like,
Yeah, it went from playing Halo 3 to different things. But then also,
yeah, all the straws were missing.
yeah, it became like you also had to kind of find things to do too that weren't just playing video games all night because that's what a lot of people were doing. But there was that's why basketball was a thing, because it was like a communal game that you could play physically
all night.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'll never forget like like especially when I first started drinking,
and it's drop in, drop out co-op.
Yeah, like Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Christy got me into Woodchuck hard cider, and I always remember like I would have her buy me 2 cases of Woodchuck, and we would leave one upstairs, and then I'd hide another one in the basement, so that way like nobody could get into my Woodchucks.
Yeah, yeah.
And then fucking yeah, I mean,
it's just
they were great times.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's amazing that like nothing absolutely horrendous happened. Like there were no, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there was no like, as far as I'm aware of,
stuff got bad at points, but it wasn't like a horrible thing happened. It was just like, oh shit, the cops showed up this one time and everybody had to get kicked out, but it made a legendary story.
The actual worst thing I can remember ever happening was, and we're not going to name names, but a certain person got extremely drunk and then pissed in the fridge in the vegetable crisper.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and
I always wondered like how you could be that out of your mind to think that a fridge is like, you have to open the door,
pull out the drawer,
and pull out the drawer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything in there when the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. And then we weren't allowed to have parties there for a long time after that.
Oh my God, that's so funny though.
But like that might be, and like Wes is gonna listen to this episode, and Wes, when you get to this part, text me and see if you can remember anything worse than that, or if you can corroborate the story and say yes, that is the worst thing to happen, because I can't remember anything worse than that happening to the house or anybody else in it. Like I don't remember any like, you know, sexual violence or like fights or anything like.
Surprisingly enough, there wasn't a lot of that. Like everybody was mostly friends with everybody, and if you didn't like somebody, you could stay away from them because the house was big.
Yeah.
And the thing about those parties too was that all the people that ended up at those parties were people, we were all outcasts and misfits that weren't going to the other parties where shit like that was happening.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting too, because like some people would bridge the gap and there'd be like jocks there.
Yeah.
But then there'd also just be metalheads and weirdos. And it's like, okay.
Like I remember going to my first non-Jones party, and like I was like, you guys aren't doing this right. Like legit, like I just remember like, what is this? You guys are just sitting around like
there was
just drinking and like playing beer. Like what? You guys are listening to the radio?
Yeah, because every other party,
where is the band setting up?
Yeah.
You guys don't have your own band for the party? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like every other party I ever went to was just that. Like just hanging out playing beer pong. And it's like, okay, but like
we partied, right? Yeah.
It was different.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
There's this one time I remember everybody went out front, and I'm not going to name names with this because they're, I guess, one of them I'm cool with now. The other person I haven't seen in years, but everybody started like tackling each other out in the front lawn.
Yes.
And I saw there was these 2 guys that were like blindsiding people, where it was just like somebody would be like out on the corner or out on the outside of the action.
Yeah,
and then they would just go right behind them and their back would arch and stuff. And it hurt to watch. So I was just like, I'm going to go after those people because they're being a fucking dick to everybody. And I tackled somebody, and then they started trying to wrestle me. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I just got him in a like headlock or whatever. And then the other guy, we were both on the ground, and he started trying to like punch me. But
you can't. That just powers you up.
And I just had him in a headlock, and then the other guy ran and kneed me in the back and like flipped over me and stuff, and it was just like, dude, fuck you, what the fuck? But
Jesus Christ,
I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything. No, I can't. I like genuinely can't remember a time where it was like a fucking catastrophe.
No, there wasn't like a lot of property damage and shit. I mean, there was things that were fucking fucked up a little bit, but it's not like we destroyed the structural house, like the actual house, you know.
And if only the family that lives in that house now, I know that family, if only that family in that house now knew what went on in that house. I can never forgive them, though, because they ended up finishing the basement.
Ah, okay.
So fuck them. An unfinished basement is the most beautiful form of anarchy.
Yeah. That's fair.
Man, fucking crazy times, dude. That shit was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I liked when Vinny got dressed up as the Hulk, as Hulkamania.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, and then
Paul
Paul spent like a week building a cardboard city, and then we had Vinny go downstairs and destroy the cardboard city as Hulk Hogan.
And it was it took like
that was the event of the night.
Yeah, that was like we were like waiting for that, like leading up.
Yeah.
to that. There was all the hype, and then it took like 12 seconds.
Yeah, and then he did an elbow drop on one of them and forgot that it was a fucking concrete floor,
Yeah, yep,
and he fucked up his elbow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can't like it's a work. You know what I mean? You can't actually hit the elbow. You got to learn how to fall.
Yeah,
That's why Hogan was so fucked up at the end of his life. You know what I mean? He did those leg drops for years. That's why his spine was fucked up.
yeah. No,
You can't jump and land on your ass that many times and
No,
not have
you cannot do
spinal
that.
issues. That's why like a lot of these guys don't have that kind of finisher anymore. You have to almost like develop a finisher that's going to be easy on you. You see Oba Femi took out Lesnar the other day? That was crazy.
No.
That dude, his finisher's kind of like a last ride. You know how Taker would like kind of lift him by the pants and slam him like a power bomb? He basically does that, but he sits out when he does it. It's fucking cool. Dude is fucking huge, dude. Oba Femi, that guy's going to be a big deal. Look at this. Look at the size of this guy. He's a fucking monster, dude. He is such a savage. It's so fucking good, dude. He's gonna be.
Is that the guy from NXT?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be him and Lesnar at Mania, probably. But Lesnar let him do all that shit to him. He's gonna put him over, dude. You can tell he is. It's so cool. He comes out and everybody's like chanting Oba. It's cool. There's like not a lot of guys nowadays with this kind of like aura. You know what I mean? That's what a wrestler needs. Is like aura. People like it matters when they show up, you know?
Kind of like Pink Floyd.
Yeah, and it's like with Stone Cold Steve Austin, like he would show up, the glass would shatter, and everybody'd be like, "Oh shit, it's fucking Austin! Something
That's the
wild's
best
gonna
pop.
happen."
The best
Yeah.
pop ever is when he showed up and saved mankind.
Or yeah, he shows up with like a fucking beer truck or some shit.
Yeah,
and
or when he
starts
crashes the ATV into the fucking the pedestrian, whatever. It's the fucking, what do you call that? The
Come on,
audience
ATV.
member. What do you call that? The crowd.
the barricade.
What do you? Yeah, the barricade. Yeah.
You guys ever see the video of me and Tovar fighting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I see whenever I close my eyes.
Yeah.
It's just
That
you,
was a fun
I
fight.
dream about
you
it.
smiling, bleeding out of your mouth.
December 12th, 2012. Freaking, that was fun. Yeah, he had like over 120 pounds on me too.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, big,
It was fun.
big dude.
You literally murdered him.
No, I
He's
got my
dead
nose
now.
broken.
He didn't get a single shot in, dude.
No, I got a few shots in, but there's this one point where I grabbed onto his wrist and I was trying to do like a hip toss, but he's just so much bigger
Yeah,
than me.
it's so
And
hard to do that.
Freaking, I turned around and I'm holding his arm and he tried to like punch me while my back was turned and I could feel it coming and I caught his punch without looking.
Like some fucking One Piece shit.
For
or
real.
something.
Like I
One
was
Piece?
so
Yeah.
That's what you go
surprised
with?
I did
I don't
that.
know. It's an anime, dude. I don't watch anime.
You said you watch Dragon Ball every 2 months.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Dragon Ball
That's
doesn't
the
count.
anime, I think.
It's the only one that counts.
Some good shows. You see Attack on Titan.
I've seen some of that. Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I've only watched it once, but
the
it
ending
was
broke
really
my
cool.
heart.
Yeah. That one scene where Hanji is like going against the giant ones as they're trying to get the plane ready and stuff.
Mhm.
I cried at that point where it's just like, holy shit. That was the best scene in the whole series, I thought.
Paulie got me onto my favorite anime, and it's called Darker Than Black.
I haven't heard that one.
It's Chinese Electric Batman.
Can you get darker than black? Black is pretty.
Yeah, you
dark.
can get so dark that you almost look purple.
Well, wouldn't that? Well, yeah. Black light is purple.
Yeah.
So it's gotta have some kind of connection there.
No, darker than black is sick. There's some like anomaly happens that gives people superpowers, but whenever they use the superpowers, they have like this OCD thing that they have to do. And so it's like this one girl, like every time she uses her powers, she has to drink like the blood of a child. And it
It'd
goes
be funnier if it was like.
well, some of them are stupid. Some of them, like a guy uses his superpowers, then he has to like shuffle a deck of cards.
Yeah, it'd be funnier if it was like Tourette's and they have to be like, shit.
It's pretty much just like that. But basically, there's this one guy that for whatever reason he can use his powers liberally and not have a thing. So the government hires him to hunt down everybody else that has powers,
Fucking liberals.
The government, dude. They get everybody.
and it's really cool. That Elfin Lead is really cool. That's my other favorite anime. That Wes showed me that one. It's about this girl that's like, she's got all these like interdimensional fucking telekinetic powers.
Interdimensional vampire.
And she escapes from a government lab, and as she's escaping, they shoot her with a 50 cal, and it just like bounces off of her helmet that she's wearing, and she falls and hits her head. She falls off a mountain cliff or something and hits her head and has amnesia. And like when she wakes up, she thinks that she's like a 15-year-old girl. And then every time she hits her head, she goes back into demon mode. So the anime bounces back and forth between being a fucking stupid girl in high school, and then she just goes homicidal and kills people with
What the fuck?
with demon arms.
Hey, it's Dragon Ball GT. He's like a kid, and then all of a sudden he's Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was thinking of Launch, where she sneezes and turns into like the blonde bitch
Yeah.
that is shooting everybody.
Yeah.
The Matrix is also cool. The Matrix is basically anime.
The Animatrix.
Well, then there's also the Animatrix, yeah.
And then there's
I like-
Animaniacs too.
Which is the sequel to Misery.
Yep.
I like 90s stuff, like even just the pacing of it.
Like Rugrats.
Like
Rocket Power.
Yeah.
that's like late 90s stuff where I mean like you got Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, yeah.
You got like Inuyasha.
Yep.
Shows like that, just
Cowboy
the pacing
Bebop,
of
All the
Yeah,
Adult
yeah.
Swim Toonami shit.
Well, like that,
Yeah.
and that style is just peak though.
Yes.
That style is like Evangelion, fucking well, what are the other ones from back then?
That's a weird one.
Is Full Metal Alchemist from back then?
That's like late 90s, early 2000s.
Darker
but yeah,
Than
it's
Black
still
was
in
like
the-
01.
Okay.
Akira.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Sounds
that
familiar.
era was definitely like just the most visually pleasing and also the pacing of
The
everything.
Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
I rewatched the very first Pokemon movie
Berserk.
like a month ago, and I was like, "Damn, this shit still slaps."
Yeah.
And it's actually crazy because Mewtwo murders like 50 people in
Yep,
the intro
he's a
scene.
bad,
You
bad
forget,
guy.
you don't think about it as a kid, but it's like, oh, wait a minute, hang on. There's a giant like, university size like research facility, and Mewtwo blew it up. And it's like, as a kid, you're not thinking that
Yeah.
those people were all, brutally murdered by a telekinetic
Yeah.
feline.
Well, the idea was they took Mew and they took the genes from Mew and like cloned it basically,
Yeah,
but they made it like a super Pokemon.
they made them bigger.
Yeah.
They were
and then
like-
and of course they decided not to like figure out how to make him a nice guy.
Well, they gave him Asperger's.
I gotta use the restroom.
They're
guys.
like,
I'm
let's-
sorry.
let's-
I'll
let-
be right back.
All right.
They're like, let's clone a supervillain and give him, let's clone a fucking superhero and give him Asperger's, because he just has no like remorse or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, you also, I kind of thought that it was one of those movies that was emotional. And even as a kid, I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm getting choked up during this movie.
Yeah, like when Ash dies,
Yeah, like the,
and then you just Pikachu is like,
yeah, and he's trying to get
and
revive him.
all the other Pokemon are sitting there crying, and then their tears revive him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this is for children.
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
I saw that they remade the Mewtwo movie.
That's how the labs work, though, dude. They make better versions of people.
They remade the Mewtwo movie
You know they do that.
with like it has like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 fucking graphics, but it's just the first movie again.
Yeah, like kind of cell shaded type.
Like the Dragon Ball superhero movie, which was also sick.
I thought Superhero had the coolest fucking animation.
I fucking loved Superhero.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really
apparently we're in the minority because I have a lot of friends that hated the way it was animated, but I thought it was fucking
cool. I think the
sick.
animation was awesome. I think it's perfect for a Dragon Ball movie. It makes it feel more cinematic,
Yeah.
and it makes you kind of like in your head, you're like, oh, this is like a bigger deal than the show.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I felt like the movie itself wasn't as good. Like the plot and all that stuff wasn't as good. I thought like the Brawly movie, like the new Brawly movie was good.
That was great. My only problem with Superhero was like it was weird to watch a fucking Dragon Ball feature film without Goku or Vegeta. Because they were just off with Whis and Beerus the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though that's the whole point. And then also that like Orange Piccolo.
Yeah, it's weird that they just keep fucking with the timeline in Dragon Ball. And you really can't ever tell what actually is happening because GT kind of got wiped off the map.
Good.
And then they were like, well, Super's the one that actually happens after Dragon Ball Z. And then they did Daima, which takes place in like after the Buu saga.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't even know anymore. Like I'm trying to like piece together the timeline.
There was a thing I watched on YouTube about how like the Dragon Ball Z films, like the original Dragon Ball Z films, can't technically take place in the timeline because of the dates don't match up. Mm-hmm. And if they hypothetically did take place in the timeline, then every movie happened within the span of like a few months somehow. Even though within the context of the movie they didn't. So like each one is like a standalone thing.
Yeah, it was weird like seeing Dragon Ball Battle of Gods and then seeing it again as a show.
It sucked. The show version sucks.
Yeah, because you're just like, I already know what's gonna happen, and it's just like you're stretching it out.
Battle of the Gods, the movie, might be my favorite of the movies.
Oh yeah, it was really fucking good.
Or Resurrection of Frieza was also good. Both of those were great.
So I only ever watched Dragon Ball Z like on, Toonami, how it was. So it would just be random episodes here and there and stuff. And I've actually only seen all of Dragon Ball and then up to season like 3 of Dragon Ball Z. So like I'm not even really up to date or anything like that. I've seen the Buu saga when it was on Toonami, but I haven't actually watched through.
Yeah, so the Buu saga is like really the tail end of it.
I have a hot take about that.
Besides like the world tournament and stuff after that. But Z is the fucking one, dude.
I have a hot take about Dragon Ball Z.
We were talking about Dragon Ball when you were helping me move, and it was just one of those shows where that makes you want to work out and be a better person and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I was in the middle of rewatching it when that was going on.
Yeah.
Because, literally.
Somehow
like,
Goku's like always like, he's like, I know you're a total piece of shit and you like kill people and
have some of my energy
and everything. Yeah. But I'll be nice to you. Or maybe next time I'll fight you again.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
I love like my hot take for Dragon Ball Z is that I don't like the Buu saga. The Buu saga is my least favorite. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z when the Cell saga ends. But my favorite scene from all of Dragon Ball Z is when Goku fights Rikum and who's the blue guy? The blue guy in the Ginyu Force.
Fucking like Berter.
Berter, yeah. He fights Rikum and Berter, and he's like getting ready to let them live. And then Vegeta shows up out of nowhere and just fucking deletes them. And he goes, Vegeta, what are you doing? He's like, why'd you kill him?
What the heck, dude? I was having fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say Emperor Pilaf. The
that
little
too.
blue guy.
Yeah. It's funny, like, I don't know. The Buu saga is cool, but I think the way they did with the Cell saga, they kind of built Gohan up like he was going to be the shit. And then they just kind of didn't run.
And then he's like, I'm going to stay in school. I'm going to become a bug doctor or something.
And then he became like
an entomologist.
The Great Saiyaman and shit, But I think the Buu saga was written well. It just sucks that they did that with Gohan. And they're like, this guy has more potential than Goku. And then it's like, we don't want to do that. Goku's too
Majin Buu cool. Majin Buu is cool as a character. Like I like
they were too scared, dude. Goku's too legendary of a character to fucking not have him be like the centerpiece.
It always blows my mind too that like Dragon Ball Z was like late 80s, early 90s initially.
Yeah.
And then like didn't really blow up in America. I mean, I might be biased, but I feel like Dragon Ball Z blew up because of Budokai.
It was probably. I think it was a big.
It was pretty.
Sure.
It was pretty big before then, but then like just
That's
going back to
thing.
Lord of the Rings, the Dragon Ball Z games fucking slaps.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And
It's
you're like, oh, I'm just gonna play through the story again, and it's like, yeah, you're going to though.
You will.
You know, some of these games did build up. And that's another thing is with these exclusive licenses, you don't get as many. So what happens is people get into things from the games. Like sometimes I didn't even really watch a lot of wrestling. I just played a lot of wrestling games. And that made me want to watch what was going on. So like, I think that happens with a lot of different things though. The games get you into shit.
Now that I'm thinking about
Sometimes like, dude, before I was even watching football, I was playing Madden. And I think that was part of why I started watching football.
I was just talking about that with somebody at a meeting the other day. The reason I'm not so into NHL anymore is because they don't have NHL games on PC.
Oh, they don't? They don't do them?
No.
I just had remembered something. I remember, so I was in 9th grade, and I remember sitting at the metalhead table, and Drew Canale always used to call you Fire Snatch. And I didn't know what the word snatch meant at that time. And I remember I went to the Armory and you were playing in a basketball tournament or something like that. And I just yelled, "Go Fire Snatch!" in front of everybody. And my dad's like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
The funny thing about that league was that I was like right at the age limit. So I was like, I was like a fucking center, basically.
Yeah.
That rules.
And I'm like normal height. So I was just fucking.
You had long red
swatting
hair
shit
at that
away.
point? Yeah.
Dude. And it was like fun because you could just dominate everybody.
Yeah, it'd be really fun to play Little League nowadays.
Yeah, like if I do T-ball right now. Yeah, T-ball right now, dude, I would be fucking hitting dingers, moonshot, piss missiles, dude. They would be gone, bro.
It's like funny, like your perspective on shit when you're a kid. Like I remember like playing catch with my dad, like either baseball or football catch, and my dad was throwing perfect spirals, and I just remember like laying at night as a kid, I'm like, why isn't my dad a quarterback? And then I realized that like he's a 5'10" like French guy.
Yeah, just like yeah. It's like, damn, dude, my dad can spin it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, what, dude? No,
Yeah.
he's like an average guy, just an average throw.
Yeah, I remember you in Madden like creating a character, and I would like, because you can make your characters up to 40, and I would like start a franchise where I was a rookie like age 19, and my dad was a tight end age 40, and I would always throw fucking temper tantrums because my dad would have to retire after 1 year of the franchise.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck? No, my dad's the best player in the league. Why can't he play until he's 50?
It's funny seeing like it's funny when you see like women just like try to throw a football. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't have the same coordination. It's weird. It's
Well,
almost-
they're
sometimes
missing
with
the
men-
elbow. They don't have elbows. They're like toddlers.
Yeah, but like even guys who don't play sports have like this thing baked in where they kind of understand the mechanics of throwing a ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
It comes naturally for some reason, but it's because fucking we were throwing shit at wild animals to fucking
Exactly.
feed
Throwing
ourselves.
spears.
Yeah,
It's like being able to judge distance and stuff like that. Being able, like,
yeah.
that's why guys are better drivers than women, because of just being able
Facts,
to,
spitting facts, dude.
like, it's controversial, but like,
It's
I
not.
don't know.
really.
We're not in the crazy survival, like everybody's fighting each
Yeah.
other or
Yeah,
just
it's
fighting
all-
for resources and stuff. Now we've made everything easier, but there's still
Yeah.
these things
Genetic-
like women are better at distinguishing colors and
Uh-huh.
stuff. So there's things that everybody's better at.
It's like genetic memory fragments that we've carried throughout, generations.
What?
He's gonna say something misogynistic, dude. But yeah, dude. Even as a kid, I was like
Misogynistic or true?
accurate with like throwing shit. Like I could hit shit from a distance, which was crazy because like I should have got into baseball. Like I should have been a fucking pitcher or something, But also, I don't know. I feel like if I would have got into pitching, I would have loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, people blow out their fucking arms so easy.
Yep.
Because it's such an unnatural
You're whipping
movement.
your arm for real.
Yeah. If you look at like freeze frames of some of these pitchers, their arms like back in like such an unnatural position. It's like,
Yeah.
you're like, how are you doing that 80 times a game? Like upwards of 100 times in the majors sometimes.
No, the best was like I'm not going to say what I was laughing at. I cannot say what I was laughing at. It's not misogynistic. It's racist. Because he said distinguishing colors.
Naturally, he's gonna.
But it was funny, like, because I played tennis growing up. I played tennis and I played varsity tennis, and like I would just go down to the tennis courts, and the girls team played fall semester, guys team played spring semester, and like I remember that there were girls that had been playing tennis like their entire lives and were on the varsity team, and then I had just started playing. Like I'd only been playing for a couple of years, and then like when we would play tennis, I wasn't allowed to do my real serve. Like I had to like tone down how hard I hit the ball, because otherwise it was just like, you know, when you play Wii Sports and you hit the ball just right and it has like the effect.
Yeah, and
that's how I was hitting the
and it's,
ball.
like,
And then
impossible.
every time I would play against them, it was like two hands, always two hands and lobs. Just back and forth. And then I would just spike the ball down and score. And then they would throw fits. They're like, that's not fair. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not fair?
Yeah.
How do you guys play? Their matches last like 90 minutes. Like,
Yeah, sometimes like if you're playing, dude, sometimes I just want to like, if I'm playing against like a kid in like a sport or something, dude, I want to light that
No,
kid up. I just
no,
want to light him
I-
up. But you
you-
have to play light, and you're like, fuck, dude. I
we
just wanna
haven't
fucking-
mentioned this yet. But the way that I was last Saturday for the Halo LAN party, first off, I'm never going to be that good at Halo ever again. Ever again.
Yeah, that was the thing we did.
That was the
by
thing that
way.
we did do.
Halo.
I went
So-
fucking ballistic in Halo for like 6 hours straight. I've never played that good in my entire life.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sean kept talking about it. Even after you left, he was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe how good Jake is at Halo." But he was hammered, so that doesn't count.
I'm really good at Halo. But what was I'm only good at Halo 3 and then Halo 4 SWAT. And then Seth beats me at every other version of Halo.
Well, it's not. Yeah, but you know, to be fair, I'm on a 4-player split screen, and you're on a fucking you're on your laptop. Right
Yeah,
now.
and I had a
me
higher
playing
I had a higher
Conquest,
frame
though.
rate.
Like I just house everybody.
That was fucking hilarious. Yeah.
All Lord of the Rings games I know like the back of my hand, so it's
But,
like kind of
yeah.
unfair.
But that's like the way that the competitiveness I felt Saturday playing Halo, trying to show off in front of you and all your friends. That's how I am with any sport. I can't let it, like, I can't go easy ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I cannot do it. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing is like I'm not gonna sit there and like, because if I was sitting there doing like one of these and fucking really get locking in,
it's like,
that's a different thing. But
Daniel
also there's
Cormier.
shit going on. Like people are talking to you, you're fucking listening to music,
Having a good time.
oh yeah,
It's
I
like-
had a Zin in my mouth and I was double fisting monsters.
Yeah, dude, I was vibing out though because
Yeah,
like we were listening to Christina.
dude. Those
Aguilera and
those
shit.
songs were ripping.
Yeah, this song rips.
Every time.
Every single song came on, and we're like, this song fucking rips.
But
it was all like late '90s, like early 2000s, like nostalgia songs.
yeah, I remember
Britney
like
Spears and shit.
one of my first apartments that I lived in, my roommate was trying to get into football, and I was always playing Madden. I would always, like, whenever I wasn't at work, I was just like getting drunk and or high and or stoned and playing Madden. And he wanted to learn how to play Madden, and I was like, I'll teach you how to play Madden, and here's how you're gonna learn: is you're gonna play me over and over and over again until you beat me. And it was like 25 straight games before it was even like close. But he got good at Madden. Now he's really good at Madden. But it's funny because he's like, who is the you of you playing Madden? Like, because there was a level between me and my roommate, and then there's a level between me and the next person. And everybody ever that asked me that, I'm like, oh, it's Seth. I've never beaten Seth in Madden ever in my entire life.
I think there's like, so in Madden,
It's fucking stupid.
it's weird because most people just play, like they'll just pick a play and run it. But like, there's a lot of shit you actually have to do that gives you an advantage now, like pre-snap adjustments and changing protections and fucking all that kind of shit now.
I've literally
not
known
the
Seth
same-
for over 20 years, and I've never beaten him in Madden.
Yeah, like
Oh,
if you're
wow.
playing Madden 08 or something, it's easier.
You'll know.
Yeah.
I
Even
just-
Blitz, dude, you have a tough time beating me in Blitz too. You'll
I
fucking
choke. I choke in Blitz. I choke in Blitz.
It'll be like, oh, you score with like 20 seconds left or some shit, and I'll fucking score on the last drive.
I'm a cowboy through and through, dude. I choke at the final second. Final drive, let up a score.
It reminded me you saying your first apartment a few seconds ago. I was a senior in high school. and I turned 18 and I was like, Dad, I'm moving out. And while I was still going to senior year, and I had a Lord of the Rings party, and the person that I
naturally had
the person I was renting from, they actually lied, and I wasn't renting from them. Technically, their parents owned the house, and we were all supposed to be paying $300 a piece and to live in this house. He was charging me and this other roommate $450 a piece to live there, and he was living there for free.
That's what we call a power move.
And so
I can't think of other words for it, but
I was having a Lord of the Rings party, and we were smoking every single time that a pipe would come up on screen. We'd pack another bowl. So especially in the first movie, we're packing bowls, multiple bowls going around, and there was a bunch of people in and out throughout the Lord of the Rings party. It takes about 12 hours to get through it all. And
you watching director's cuts?
Of course,
Yeah.
extended editions.
Yeah, dude.
And somebody knocks on my bedroom door, and I'm like, who is it? And they're like, open the door. And somebody with a Mexican accent or whatever. And I thought it was one of my friends fucking with me. And I was like, you open the door, senor. And then they're like being mad. And I just kept on fucking with them. And then I opened the door, and it was the guy who actually owned the house. And frickin' they ended up kicking me out of the house. I had like less than a couple days to move everything out of there and stuff.
Fuck?
And yeah. And when they were calling me, they were like, we're going to call the cops on you. And I just look at their son, and I'm like, frickin' he's been smoking weed with me. And they're like, oh, what are you like? It was a whole bunch of like,
You got him excommunicated.
Yeah, you ratted him out, dude.
but yeah, that was,
When you were talking about your apartment, I thought you guys were talking about the fucking house that you lived in behind my parents' house.
oh yeah, that
across
was
from Fitzhugh.
nope. That was 2012 at the end of 2012.
Yeah, it was like 12, 13.
The craziest thing about that is that my parents were like, they are the worst tenants we've ever had, ever. And it's literally only gotten worse since. I bet
Oh
they
my
would
God.
they pray at night wishing you guys would move back in.
Frickin' with the other roommate Sean that was
Yeah.
having frickin' the people from Redfield over that party.
Yeah.
That got fucking nuts. I moved out of there because frickin' Sean was selling drugs and little kids started knocking on the door and stuff like that. And I was just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when
It's a dangerous neighborhood. You wouldn't think it, but it literally, genuinely is a dangerous fucking part of town.
Yeah. It's like a block away from here.
Yeah.
It's like
You
literally.
can literally see that house from this house.
Pretty much.
But I was supposed to move in there with Dakota and CJ, and I ended up showing up like a few hours late, and I didn't sign the lease. Sean showed up, and he signed the lease, so I didn't even get a bedroom. And Dakota was like, oh, you could just live in the basement. The basement wasn't finished
That's
at
a
all.
fucked up basement.
Yeah. And I was just like, dude, what the fuck? And
That's
so
where
I ended
Bill-
up staying in that little downstairs room until I was just like, yo, I'm
The
fucking
one off
moving
right
out.
off the kitchen.
No, it was off the
It was in
dining
the-
room next to the bathroom. There you had the dining room area.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
you're right.
Small fucking.
It was like a computer room like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Basement Bill though, dude. Bill lived down there for.
He
a while.
got sick though. Like he was
Yeah.
always
What are you
sniveling
gonna
and
do?
stuff.
You know, you.
I had my uncle lived in that house a couple years after you guys moved out, and let me tell you, some cool shit happened in that house. Always with me and my uncles, the ones that were like not. There was an uncle that lived in this house where cool shit did not happen to me in this house.
He had an uncle in most houses.
Yeah, yeah,
And not every uncle was cool.
yeah. Some of them were on lists.
There's that one guy that was like over all the time, that older guy, and he was doing like heroin or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that
Like,
guy. I don't even know who the fuck he is. Like, that's the thing.
He was
is,
just always over, and
Yeah.
it was like he's
The-
friends with Sean, I guess. But
the first thing I
nobody
did
knew
was
him.
I immediately bought a lock for the bedroom.
Yeah.
because you have to do. How the fuck did no one else do that? It
Yeah.
takes 2 seconds to change a fucking.
During that party, CJ's got so much of his stuff stolen, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I went home, dropped off my weed because I was like, all right, the cops are definitely going to be showing up at this party. And I came back and just posted in CJ's room just to like try to. So most of his stuff.
We
didn't
never
get
really
stolen.
had cops, which is wild.
Yeah, that night especially, there was beer cans all in the schoolyard and
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Dude, I
how
remember
the
one
fuck
time.
did we
so
get away with that?
Beefy used to be there all the time, and he would
Yeah.
drink like entire 30 racks to his face. But there was one night where he went to McDonald's and bought like 14 McDoubles or something, and he ate all of them. I could not believe he fucking did that. He was like sitting, he had them all spread out on the pool table.
Oh my god!
I was like, "There's no way he's fucking doing that." I got a video of it, but like it was too dark in there. You can't really fucking see anything.
I think the funniest thing about that is like my parents hated everybody that lived in that house after all that was settled. And when they found out that you and I were doing a podcast together, they were fucking furious. They were like, "What do you mean? You're doing a podcast with one of the boys that ruined that house?" And I go, "Let me tell you, Seth was not one of the ones that ruined that fucking house."
it was Sean, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
they had so much cigarette ash all in that room.
Oh
and
well, yeah,
everything. That
he
was
would
horrible.
spit. He would spit, dip, and ash just right on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In his bedroom, and then he used the closet was his garbage can,
Yeah. Yep.
and so like it was literally like chest high, just garbage in
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucked. But Beefy used to smoke bowls to himself too. He would just like sit on my couch and just be like with his eyes back and shit. And he'd
Freaking
fall asleep.
Jesse's sweet haircut. That
Yeah, that was cool.
I was tripping on mushrooms when that happened, and everybody was fucking with Jesse, and I was like, all right, I'll just buzz his hair for him
Yeah.
because it was already like fucked up and everything.
Dude, we made like couch forts in there that one day.
four,
And fucking we were on mushrooms. That was so good.
yeah,
I mean, like it was a mix of cool shit and bad shit, you know?
my
Yeah.
parents love Seth now. They love both you guys.
They didn't even know I was there.
No, we can't tell them. They'll turn on you real quick.
Yeah. Well, I was the good one.
Be a heel.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like.
I wasn't
doing
even
anything
there.
bad.
I wasn't even there.
Yeah, I don't remember you coming to those parties at all or anything.
No, I wasn't allowed.
I kind of lucked out because I got a decent bedroom out of that place.
Yeah.
I never went over.
Yeah.
I think I went over one time with Christian, and then immediately it was like, no, and I left.
Yeah.
Like I think I like my Jones intuition kicks in. You know, just like Saturday, my intuition kicked in. Like we had a dual Jones intuition kick in out of nowhere in the middle of hanging out Saturday, and we were like, let's get out of here. And then like 15 minutes later, shit got dark.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's bad when Brian's saying shit, you know?
Yeah.
Brian's like, I think you've had too much to drink.
Yeah, which is a thing that I think Brian only ever said to me one time, ever.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. We were just playing Halo. It's like, how do you get
We
that
were just
drunk?
chilling. Well, I mean, you know, some people like to drink that much. That was the thing was like, you know, I don't think I ever acted like that when I would get that drunk. I would mostly just cry about my mom.
Right. Yeah, some people
Like,
like if you have like free drinks, you can drink as much as you want. They just don't know when to stop too. But also,
Yeah.
I think some people just don't know when to stop anyway.
no,
I just get sick, so that's usually
Yeah,
my
like I know
threshold.
Yeah.
I know where it is. Like I'm like I gotta just not do this. I can't drink anymore because you know you're gonna start spinning or some shit. It's fucking bad.
And then like, how are you supposed to fucking show off in front of Seth and all of his friends if you're drunk?
Yeah.
You gotta have a
exactly.
Zin in.
You gotta be locked.
You got to
in for
dual
that.
fist fucking monsters. You got to be at a high frame rate, a high refresh
You gotta
rate
be able
monitor.
to four-shot dudes with a BR.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I cannot believe how fucking crazy I was going. And I got so pissed the other day because I wanted to go through the theater and see like what my stats were, and I was going to screenshot them all and send them to you. But it only saves your last like 10 or 12 games.
Oh,
So,
Oh damn.
and it's crazy that like when you're playing Halo, the games feel way longer. And then you look at the theater mode and it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes.
yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute.
Damn, I should theater mode those games and put them out.
Well, we only have like the last like 10 of
Get
them.
a couple of them. Get a little compilation.
Yeah, like I wanted the free for all game. I wanted that one. I wanted that game on Foundry where it came down. I got the finals. I got a double
I just
kill.
checked out on that game.
I got a
was like,
double sniper kill to win the game by one.
I can't. I hate that map.
Then there was the one game where literally the only person I was killing and the only person killing me for like 3 games in a row was Sean Peel. And he was just screaming whenever I killed him, he was just yelling.
Oh wow, I haven't
Fun yelling.
seen Sean in a long time.
He talks
the
about
only
you.
time I see him
shit.
is
No,
because we're doing it every year. We did it the last 2 years, so I think that's really the
yeah,
only
that's
time
like
I see
his
him.
Lord of the Rings.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't do parties. I don't do stuff. I'm boring.
Yeah.
I fucking like go to fucking lunch and then go to church or some shit. I don't know what I do for my birthday. I fucking don't leave the house. I hate my birthday. I turned 30 this year. That sucks.
Oh, that's it. Cool.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
I turned
Turn
30.
34.
Uh,
Freaking.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
I'm not gonna say anything. My birthday's in 2 days. What's today?
Really? Cool.
18th.
You're gonna be what? 39?
Yeah, like 40 something.
I actually have
Well,
no
shit,
idea.
I was going to say my going away party's this Friday, so if you guys aren't up to anything, come
I
on.
have to. I know about it, but I have to work nights.
Ah, damn.
It fucking sucks.
I might be able to
Of
go.
course
I
it's
have
like-
AA
Okay,
Friday
okay.
nights.
I was
so.
just
6 to 9.
I was just on an entire week off, and then it's like the day that I have to go back to work. is the-
Literally.
yeah.
Well, damn.
I'm gonna try and make it out.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I gotta see if I can, because it's at Fallbrook, so I gotta try and get a ride, or I'll maybe just Uber over, get a ride back.
A lift.
Where is Fallbrook? Is that far?
No. It's
It's
you
out
know where
past the.
Thompson Road is.
It's out past the college.
So
there.
you're going past the college, you go just past Laker Hall, and you go past
You
the
hang a
sign
left.
and you turn the first left after you pass the sign to turn right into the college.
and you're home free, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Fallbrook was out in Minetto.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I mean, it is where it is, you know.
I will see what I can do.
They got a lot of cool hiking trails out there and stuff too. So if you're ever feeling you might want to go walk in the woods, it's cool.
Hell yeah.
Waterfalls and stuff.
I'm
too.
like a good stroll.
I like one wheeling out there. It's fun.
Do we have a food
What
or
else?
object?
I think we definitely do for sure. All right, let's do mac and cheese versus bees.
Wait, bees are the object?
Yeah,
Well, you wouldn't have mac and cheese without bees.
that's
so-
correct. Bees are gonna fuck you if you don't have them, dude.
But bees aren't the only thing that pollinate. If we didn't have bees to pollinate, it would just be something
I
else.
don't think it works that way. At least from what I've seen.
Well-
Everybody's a lot of people are pro bee nowadays. Because they think it's kind of crucial or whatever. Have you ever seen that Black Mirror episode where they make the bees?
Yeah, that was a crazy episode.
That
Yeah,
was wild, dude.
What, the bees are robots or something?
yeah, because
Oh,
they don't
yeah.
have bees anymore, so they're using bees to pollinate everything.
Oh, wait, is
but
it
then
really?
somebody like starts hacking into them because they have like facial recognition technology, and then they'll swarm.
They like
kill-
fly in their ears or some
Yeah,
shit.
and then somebody does this hashtag thing where whoever has the most hashtags, like death to so and so,
Death to Smoochie.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
then-
social media campaign.
and
It's
then
wild.
at the end, not to ruin the episode, but then
Go ahead.
everybody at the end that ever did a hashtag gets a bee sent after them. So like at the end of the episode, thousands, if not millions, of people die.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have Twitter. Because I
So
would have
actually,
fine.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to say bees just because we'll have to make mechanical bees, robot bees if we don't.
Yeah.
Well, any kind of mac and cheese?
But mac and cheese, yeah, that's the thing.
Mac
Like-
and cheese is my thing, though.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, mac and cheese is good. That might be what I'm doing tonight for dinner.
I like how we all just completely like ignore the human race and we're like, I don't know, Gouda's pretty good. Like,
I mean, here's a crazy thought. This is not related to food or object, but I'm thinking, you remember how I mentioned that I'm now out of cheese because of that giant quesadilla that I made?
Yeah.
I'm not out of cheese because I have a case of Kraft dinner, and I could do Kraft dinner quesadillas.
craft dinner. Okay.
Kraft mac and cheese quesadillas.
You could make it work. You could
I
make
go
it
to the
work.
doctors tomorrow morning, and they're like, "You're dying."
That's 'cause you're gonna have to go to the doctors anyway. You might have to go tonight. If you fucking do that.
I cook with margarine. It's healthy.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot margarine was the healthier option.
Yeah, because it's just vegetable oil
Mm-hmm.
instead of butter.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
butter's
true.
the best.
Butter ribs.
I'm
dude.
going mac and cheese because I could give a fuck about bees. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, living.
Yeah, we'll just have let's see, we have butterflies, we have ladybugs, we have
Well, here's the thing. Mac and cheese, macaroni. You can use any other noodle. Shells and cheese. There you go.
bow ties and cheese.
Yeah. So
Do we
good.
need bees?
Do we?
Let's figure that out.
They pollinate roughly 1/3 of the food we eat. All right, so we just get rid of 1/3 of the food.
Oh,
It's
a
gonna
third of
happen
the food.
soon, anyways.
Yeah. It's just going to be people.
We're already on that route. But the problem is, if you have 1/3 of the food gone, you also have 1/3 of the mac and cheese gone.
Yeah.
But still 2/3 mac and cheese.
Yeah, but think about how little.
That's true. Is 1/3 of mac and cheese better than no mac and cheese? Is really the question at this point.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at it. I mean, they're talking about nuts. They're talking about veggies.
Oil seeds, is that vegetable oil?
Vegetable. Dude, for some reason, that vegetable oil kills me because there's this video of like a bunch of chaotic shit happening. It's like a short video, and there's like a guy in like a small car that's like driving around on the street. Dude, I need to find this video.
Wait,
It's
can
on
you
like
look
TikTok
up?
or something.
Can you look up is margarine bad for you? Because I don't believe you guys. Why would they sell it at the store if it was bad for you? I just realized
That's how I thought when I was a little kid. I was just like, what?
Oh, it's complicated. So we're good.
Yes, it's bad.
Look. Lower saturated fats, lower cholesterol, right? Heart healthy fats, right? No artificial trans fats. You guys know how I feel about those.
The trans. I don't like the trans, he says.
I did not say that.
That's
I
what
did
you
not
just
say that.
said.
You're putting smoke in my head.
You just said you don't like. You said you don't like.
You're putting
trans.
smoke in my head.
Wait, so what's going on with fats that they turned into? What, they switch their gender or something? Is that how that works? What are trans fats exactly? There's so many different types of fats, and I never fucking like looked to.
All I know is trans fats are the ones that are bad for
they're
you.
the bad ones, right?
Saturated fat is good for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's ultra processed. That's why. It's all the processing, dude.
Omega-6 fatty acids. Oh, it increases inflammation.
Now acids are good.
It's all these seed oils and stuff like that, though. Like, I don't know. We've had millions of years where we've been eating the stuff that we have been eating, and now we're trying to switch stuff out in our body, like with sugar and stuff like that. All the fake stuff.
Yeah.
Like, our
Sucralose.
body's not really able
Aspartame
to
and
process
shit.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Diet Coke kind of hits sometimes.
I think that
Yeah.
Diet Pepsi gave my grandma dementia, and I've seen a bunch of research before it happened, and then she got dementia, and it was just like, yeah, I bet you it was the.
I
bet
saw
you it was
Benadryl is linked to Alzheimer's. Just like a lot of antihistamines.
I don't know. But here's the thing. Like, it's a lot of people. How do you make these correlations is part of the problem.
Well, that's like I saw a thing earlier today about how, like, you know how for decades they're always saying if you drink 1 glass of red wine every night, then it's good for your heart. Well, they actually, Stanford University did a study showing that people that can only have 1 glass of red wine every night are generally healthier than people that drink more than that.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why their studies and test results
exactly.
came back better.
Yeah.
Not because they only have 1 glass of wine every night. It's because of everything they do
The
around
self-control
that.
factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's so many things in play that, like, it's hard to have a control group for a lot of these things.
Right. That's the thing. It's like you could be like air causes cancer, and it's like because everyone who breathes air, all the people who have cancer also breathed air. You know what I mean?
I've been
It's like-
seeing stuff about how, like, the chemtrails and stuff are putting certain particles that are making it so that we're able to be controlled through
the
like,
chemtrail
graphene
thing
and stuff.
is one that I never really got into, or like I never really bought into it, but it just doesn't seem out of the realm of it. Just seems so simple, and it definitely could be possible.
Something that really made me kind of like realize how it is possible to control the weather with that stuff is one time I was in a completely smoke-filled room at a party. Everybody was smoking weed and cigarettes and stuff like that, and it was just hazy. And somebody took out this little spray, and it just one little puff, and I could see a sphere just grow. And what it does is these particles are going around and wicked excited and grabbing onto different smoke particles and stuff, and then they'll instantly fall down. So it's just this growing sphere in the room, and then it was completely cleared
It's
out.
a cloud. It's moisture. It's capturing moisture the same way, basically. Well, the thing about smoke is that it's the composition's not
Dust.
the same, right?
Yeah. But just seeing that actually happen, I was just like, holy shit, I could actually see how...
Well, they're cloud seeding already, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility either. But I also don't think that weather control is the way that it's going to go. Like, if there's some kind of apocalypse or some shit, that's not going to be the way it happens.
No.
I don't even think that it's going to be like biological warfare. I think we're just going to nuke ourselves. I still think that. I still think that's the way. It's
Have
gonna
you
happen.
seen the conspiracies about like, okay, like, why isn't the whole ocean radioactive with all the nuclear testing that they've done? Why isn't the Midwest or like New Mexico area, why are people still able to live there with all the nuclear tests that they've done? Like, why isn't there a fallout all in that area? Like, is it all just hyped up to make people fear these things, or like...
Well, yeah, that's possible too, because it's not like I've really. Yeah, but also you can visit some of these places.
Yeah.
You know, like you could visit,
Trinity site, yeah.
but
But that's the thing. You can visit it, and then they say like, "Oh, it will destroy this area for people won't be able to live there," and yada yada yada. And people are living in Hiroshima and stuff. That's all brought back.
well, when was 3 Mile Island? They're trying to like power that up again. I don't know when the whole thing happened. That was probably before I was born, I would imagine.
70s, 80s.
Unit
97
2,
or 79.
79, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got like Chernobyl and the giant elephant foot.
Yeah. But they're trying to get this back online. Which I don't know exactly what causes these power failures or what's going on or what was it exactly. I don't know enough about nuclear to know what the fuck actually happened, but
Yeah.
it was a mechanical failure of some sort. The thing about nuclear is like things can go wrong fast.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
it's
if
also
the power
like
went out, like they have backup generators, but like what's gonna keep them going?
it
when
has
shit-
to keep running. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Apparently,
know.
nuclear power is the cleanest form of energy we got, though.
Yes.
Even compared to like solar and wind
Yeah.
and all that stuff, because you still got to mine that stuff, and you could if you take like a thing of uranium the size of a baseball, that's enough to power one person's energy needs for their entire life, compared to all the stuff you'd have to mine for a solar panel or a lithium battery or stuff like that.
Yeah, like lithium ion is
Apparently that's why we're trying to go to Mars, because we don't have enough lithium here, so they're going to send robots and the AI robots to Mars to be able to mine it so that we can have enough here. And that's what Elon Musk is doing to be able to...
That's the thing is we don't have to like go to another planet. We just need to be able to get resources from other planets.
I think there's plenty of resources like just in the asteroid belt, and if we just somehow had these AI machines going out and
Finding them
mining
and
stuff for
gathering
us
them.
in the solar
Yeah.
system and bringing it back here, we could and just let them do it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where it's going to eventually go, and then we're not mining stuff here and destroying the planet. Just let them go out and build stuff in space. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Build shit in space? I'm trying to get into space. I'm trying to get a little bit into space. Not like too crazy. I just want to like dip my toes in space. I don't want to fucking, go hang out on another planet or some shit. I just want to like get out there, check it out, see if the Earth's flat,
Make
You
a
know what I mean?
Dyson sphere.
Yeah. The episode of Smiling Friends where they come back to Earth and it's flat and they're like, we can't tell anybody about it.
Oh, fuck.
Have you ever heard of the Booties Void?
No. Booties?
Yeah. Apparently it's the biggest thing that we've seen in the universe, and it's this area space where there should be hundreds of thousands of galaxies, but there's only like 40. And one of the theories is that a rogue AI has gone past its planet, is just sucking up all the energy of galaxies and suns and stuff like that, and to power itself to be immortal. And
It's just a macro scale of what we're doing is gathering resources.
Yep. And then one of the theories that came out of that was like, okay, well, what if our phones and stuff like that are just an alien spaceship that crashed here, and then it's using us to upload itself here. It doesn't really have a time scale. It's way more likely to send something technology across the space rather than an actual biological life form and it's just using us to upload itself. And
Yeah, it's like the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
but the
Governments
technology is the demons.
governments think in decades, the church thinks in centuries.
Yeah.
I think AI is gonna eventually understand that, like,
You're gay.
I think it's gonna go, you're finally gonna be able to see shit in your eyes, like words and shit, and then it's gonna go, you are gay. That's what's gonna hit us with first, just to troll us.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, why are you gay? Dude, that is classic. But I think it's gonna realize that, like, biological life is just not as valuable. It's not as sustainable as artificial life.
Mhm.
So when it does realize that, and it can create things on the scale that we're planning on it, being able to create things,
It's
Yeah.
going to happen like
We gotta
right
give
when
it
I get
its
my shit together.
priority,
Like right when I
though.
get married and start a family, that's when the world's going to end.
yeah, it is.
Just like how like I shaved my beard and then it got colder outside.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, God damn it, I'm moving down to Georgia just as World War III is about to start. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
You're going to
dude.
go to New Zealand. You're not going to be able to come back because
Yeah,
TSA
I've had
is going
that
to be
thought
shut
too.
down.
I'm just stuck in New Zealand. Oh no. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, you might get off the lummy. Or something.
yep.
New Zealand probably rips, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like toxicity.
I've had the thought of like, what if I'm there and I see like Epstein there and he's just been hiding in New Zealand or whatever? I'd be like, yo, what if I took him out? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, what if you were the guy?
What
and
if
then you just
I
tweeted
saved
it?
the world?
Yeah, and then you just put on X. Got him. And it's a picture of it's a picture of him murdered.
Grok, is this real?
They send you a bunch of money because you're the first guy. It's like a contest. It's like one of those
It's like How to Be a Millionaire.
yeah, it's like a
Or
treasure
Who Wants
hunt.
to Be a Millionaire?
It's like, on Easter.
The Amazing
when they-
Race.
It's like on Easter when they put the little eggs out. You got to get the eggs first. He's really just an egg, is what I'm trying to say. Epstein is just an egg. Eggstein. Jeffrey Eggstein. That's going to be the episode title. Or
What if it's like a Berenstein Bears
I thought
thing?
the episode
like
title was
the
going to be Smoking
Mandela-
is Cool.
smoking is cool? Yeah, that's not bad.
They try to pull a Mandela effect like the Berenstein Bears, but it's the Epstein Bears or what? Or
Yeah,
the Epstein list.
No, I'm Jeffrey Epstein. I'm cool. I play Fortnite and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I think we should do a bit at the end of every episode to decide what the episode's called. We have to do it on the show.
Smoking is cool.
Yeah.
Advocate. Yes. I advocate that.
Yeah.
Or the Epstein list instead of the Epstein list.
The Eggstein.
Egstain.
Yeah.
Eggstain situation. The Eggstein situation is crazy. That's a YouTube.
Oh, like a
title.
fucking moist critical title.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how every one of his videos is put whatever the topic is crazy.
And then the description is like, this is the craziest X of all
Top
time.
number one craziest situation. Dude, this fucking YouTube just like makes it so you have to do that kind of shit. Like it just does.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Catchy titles and all that.
We got to start getting our titties out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got tiny nipples.
You do. You do.
When it's cold out, they're fucking.
They're like
ridiculous.
dimes.
Smaller than that,
Yeah.
honestly. They're like dimes normally.
You guys should see Frank's balls. They're like planets. Oh shit! I gotta watch
shit.
Sunny again, dude. I haven't seen Sunny.
I was
in a
thinking
long
about
time.
that the other night.
The problem is I've seen it so many fucking times that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what's gonna happen. Like I don't know. Sometimes when you watch some shit too many times, it's fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Not The Sopranos. I'm watching it for the 4th time in 1 calendar year.
Oh, wow.
It's just a real issue. It's just a real issue. You can't do that kind of stuff. You just can't do it. There's so much more out there. You know what I mean?
There literally isn't.
I haven't
literally-
seen Sopranos, actually.
It's good. You'd like it. It's a fun show.
Okay.
You'd probably hate it, actually. There's a lot of crime and drama and Italians.
For some reason, even just the vibe of what I've seen, it just reminds me of like Richard Kuklinski. Like
Yeah.
that type of New Jersey Italian mob
Just
stuff.
Sting of Oz.
Yeah, it's like I get it. You know what I mean?
All
I
you have
get
to
it.
do is
I don't
just.
need to see it.
He
I
already
get it.
experienced the entire series because Brett and I were just quoting it for 7 hours straight on Saturday.
Yeah, it was funny because they'd like quote the show and then like they'd be the only two that laugh until Kenny showed up. He was like, I'm with you guys.
Yeah, then Kenny of course picks like the most abrasive lines from the show that always included slurs.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta send out all the racist ones.
Yeah. Let's do all the homophobic and racist quotes from the show, and then I won't quote it for the rest of the day.
I don't know why they call it slurs. I like always pronunciate it.
Pronunciate it.
I might have.
That went right over my head.
Oh, you don't get it?
No.
Racial slurs, like you're slurring your words.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I get it now.
Oh, it's the same word and it means different stuff.
Yeah, well, you know what we call that? A palindrome.
Yeah. Yeah. American is a funny language. All right.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. This was good. I had a good time.
I'm glad we got to have one final one before
Yeah, the
you
world
went,
ends.
before you went missing.
Yeah, I might die in New Zealand, freaking in a
You
car
might-
crash because don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Doing driving on the wrong
You
side
might
of
end
the
up
road.
in the toy box, dude. You might end up in
Yeah.
a toy box.
I might kill Epstein. You know.
Oh, dude. I hope you kill Epstein.
Can we put that on Klarna or whatever? What is that website that lets you bet?
Kalshi or
Kalshi, not Klarna. Klarna is the money,
That shit's
the
hilarious.
payday loans.
Because they keep every time they market that app or whatever, they're like, you can trade on anything, and it's like, what do you trade? You're not trading anything. Trade implies that like you get something in
Yeah.
return. That's not trading. You're just betting. That's betting.
The casino trade.
Yeah. Trade here. You guys want to trade on some Texas Hold'em or some fucking blackjack? That's so stupid, dude. It's just like a way to.
I think they have to
skirt
call it trading so that way it doesn't have to be regulated.
around. It's. I don't know how.
Because
It's, not.
I feel like I think Kalshi is technically not gambling.
It's gambling.
Technically.
It is.
But
All right. Anyway, go to Kalshi, use the promo code. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Hell yeah. Peace out, guys.
My
See ya.
AirPods are literally right here.